Hi, welcome to a series of campaigns led by me, Paul Reese, the DM. This is sponsored and for the Oswego Comic Shop. Tonight we are running a campaign I've come to name Scourge of Flesh. Uh, we are currently in the eastern reaches of the Dwendalian Empire in Wildemount. If you know Critical Role, you know that setting. Currently, our players have been in jail for an undetermined amount of time. They're starting in nothing but straw sack rags uh, in the dead of night. So, as all my players here, introduce yourselves one by one, please. Starting with Meow Meow.
Hello, my name is Meow Meow, and I am a tabaxi sorceress. And you will remember me as the person who took your gold.
Very good. Hopefully, you stay in jail. Next would be our player Jay, playing Bakar.
Bakar is a tiefling paladin, and he kind of doesn't like himself.
Oh, don't feel that way. You are in jail, though, so maybe you deserve it. Okay, next would be, if I'm going in order, it would be Chikan Tendi, our dwarven monk.
I'm Alex, and I'll be playing Chikon Tendi, everybody's favorite drunk uncle, small dwarf man, cranky old timer, you know.
Next up is our fawn bard, Camellia.
Hi, I'm Camellia, and I have no idea why I'm here right now.
Fair enough. Many don't. And lastly is our large and barely in charge turtle, Guido.
Hello, I am Guido, and I am more or less trying to just find out where I belong. Don't know how I got where I am.
You belong in jail.
Apparently,
Sorry, go ahead.
you're 100% right.
Okay. So, as you all sit on your stone cobbled floors, listening to the water rushing below you, you see a very bored, half asleep guard perk up at the sound of arbalests firing off to the north. It seems there's action in the nearby area. So I will now transition us to our first map. Quick technical check. Can you guys move these tokens? That's
Yep.
a good sign. Okay,
Yes.
good. Okay, now stay within your confines or you'll be tased.
They did it for me.
Interesting. Hold on. Do you guys want to try and give it a refresh real quick? It's saying all my players are here. I can do it manually though. I did
see
learn how to
everybody.
do that. There. Good, good. Okay. Pay no mind to the mess. You see an unnamed officer, a guard at the eastern reaches of the Empire, kind of perk up as he's flipping through somebody's spell book. Aiming it up towards the light and peering through pages almost to see if there's any hidden meaning to him, he finds absolutely none. He's scratching his scruffled, dark-colored beard, and he looks over to you, Guido. Hey, well, what do these pictures mean?
Well, pictures could mean whatever you want them to mean. They're interpreted by the viewer.
Well, they don't mean much to me, and he stops almost mid-sentence. And he arms himself by the sword at his side, and he then rushes out the front door, only to be met with a growl, guttural and very fluid-like. And he lets out a scream. Closing the door behind him, you now see nothing.
Hello? Where'd you go, buddy?
I would like to inspect my traps. Oh, not my traps, but my cage.
Ah, well, how
I want to
convenient.
see. I want to see how it is locked.
As you're looking at the built-in lock to this iron cage, it seems the keyhole is, for good reason, facing towards the center of the room and is covered with a very thin piece of metal work that kind of slides to one side or another to cover the keyhole. It's hard to really figure out the inner workings of the lock from your position.
Hmm.
As you
How,
rattle it, yes.
how strong do the bars seem?
I would say a standard 1.5 inch steel bar, kind of square, not cylindrical.
Okay.
They're quite rusty, but not structurally damaged.
Are we shackled to the ground?
Nope, you're left free.
Okay.
Not comfortable, but you can move.
Using my claws, would you allow me to attempt to pick the lock as if it was like a shift lockpick?
I would not. You have turtle claws.
Okay.
They're huge. I think even our lovely Meow Meow would have an issue with that.
Hmm.
Could I pull off a Shanghai noon maneuver and pee on my rags and bend the bars?
Oh no.
You can certainly try.
Oh, you foul man!
Foul!
I can
I don't-
smell it from here.
I don't really take offense to that. I had a lot to drink.
You all start to hear snarling and growling from the windows behind you. First,
Gonna-
you, Meow Meow.
Rattle my door just in panic.
It seems you've attracted something's attention as corpse-like hands reach up and grab the bars to your cell window. And you see the torn, twisted, wretched face of some sort of undead creature as it snarls and snaps at you with a loose jaw. It's
me?
reaching its arm in and bending at angles that shouldn't make sense for its muscular structure, twisting almost as if its ligaments have completely given up and it's just working on instinct or some sort of dark will alone.
I don't like that.
Bakar would like to cast Detect Good and Evil.
You've detected a lot of evil behind you, as now there. But the timing did get better on that one. As one now meets your cell window and is doing the same, just grabbing with anything it can reach for, scraping stones, breaking its own nails off if need be.
That's just my luck.
Can Guido see this one from where he is?
Oh, yeah, it's apparent to everyone that something is trying to claw its way in, which, for a jail, is not very common. And behind Chicken Tendy is another group of these undead, now slowly approaching the building.
Oh,
Their slow moans and groans are growing louder by the numbers, it seems.
I'd like to look over to Chicken Tendy and tell him, hey, do you mind moving to the left just a little bit?
Certainly. I don't really want to look out the window anymore anyway.
That's fine. You don't have to look out the window. And I'd like to cast Thunder Wave on the bars.
Oh, I see. Okay. Now let's tell the audience what Thunderwave does.
So Thunder Wave is, as described by the actual core, a wave of thunderous force that sweeps out from you. So every creature within a 15-foot cube originated from your point, so vertical and, horizontal, um, have to make a Constitution saving throw. And then at a fail takes 2d8 thunder damage. So my hope is that I can break the bars.
Okay. Let me just look up the AC for steel bars, which is in the SRD. In the meantime, what is everyone else doing while things start to pick up?
As Meow Meow says that to Chicken Tendy, I would like to yell the same thing to her. Could you also move to the left as I'm preparing a firebolt in my hand?
Oh, yeah, sure.
That was Camille. Yeah.
It seems they've jailed the wrong people. You've all been very peaceful thus far. Okay, I've got the information for the iron, steel. The AC is 19, and the health for this would be, I would say, 20.
Okay. Do you want me to do dice roll or in roll
Uh,
20 roll?
everyone can roll at home. That's fine.
Okay.
We all have dice for a reason.
So that was a natural 19.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, no issue at all. You see the bars start to bend outward as this thunderous wave emits from you, almost like a pulse of energy. They're
And then
starting to bend outward, but haven't quite broken yet. The shape is now uncomfortable and unstable.
okay, so that was only 8 damage.
Okay. So they've bent considerably. I would say enough that you could access Chicken Tendy's cell.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
I'm just going to
emitting
squeeze on in here.
roommates. um,
Seeing how easy it was, well, I suppose not easy, but seeing the wonders of magic bend the bars enough, I get an idea to just maybe start punching at my door to open it up.
Oh no.
yes, that would be your strength. Just raw strength on a d20.
Okay.
That said, emitting such a thunderous roar has alerted another zombie to Guido's presence, and he is now starting to pry away at the bars.
All right. The Thunder Wave was a good idea, but I think you need something with a little bit more power. And I'm going to use Shatter.
Hmm.
So Shatter will a sudden loud ringing noise, painfully intense, erupts from a point of your choice within range. Each creature within a 10-foot sphere centered on the point must make a con saving throw. A creature takes 3d8 thunder damage on a failed save and half as much on a successful one. And a creature made of inorganic material, blah, 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 takes disadvantage. Non-magical objects that are being worn or carried take this damage. Will take the damage if it's in the spells area.
Don't let me discourage fun, but you don't have a focus, and there is a material component for that.
I could use my sorcery points, right?
Yeah, I can't strip you of those, no matter how much you're illegal.
Yeah. it's only illegal here.
I
So
believe.
I
What would it
need
be? Like
it's for
silent spell, subtle spell, something like that.
yeah, it's subtle. I'm just making sure that I'm playing this right. Yep, subtle spell. So I'm gonna burn. I'm gonna burn a sorcery point to cast it without any somatic or verbal components. Actually, I won't. That still counts, right? I can still pull this off.
Does it get rid of material components?
It does not.
Ooh, you are lacking a chip of mica, to be exact.
I do, yeah.
Try and scratch one off the floor.
So Meow Meow goes through the motions of casting Shatter and then forgot her wand.
Wand. Is it something that I want to attempt to use Mage Hand to manipulate the mechanism of the lock?
Ooh, I don't know if you would be able to. I know Arcane Tricksters I believe they can pick locks with it. I'm looking up Mage Hand now. Open an unlocked door or container. So I don't believe you can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe the ability.
All right,
That would
cool. I'll
allow you
just die in this cage.
Nice.
So
Bye.
you said that health, quote unquote, of the metal bars is like 20, right?
Yes,
Okay, and I did like 7.
you did 8.
Oh, I did 8. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
much better than 7.
So was that here then?
Slightly
that you did?
better. I was
Yes, just about
aiming
here.
towards like the exterior bars, but I assume if like it was that corner, there'd be some like.
Oh,
I mean, it's a 15-foot cube, so anything that was in that 15-foot radius would have taken the damage.
gotcha.
Yeah, everything like centered around here kind of burst outward a little bit, but where you struck here bent the bars in a way that opened them.
Yeah.
They're vertical, bolted to the floor.
So could I sneak back into my cell from there and just out of pure lack of anything else to do, can I try to headbang it? Like I've got some solid antlers going on.
Natural weapon?
Yes.
Go for it. Yeah, you can ram it with your antlers. In the meantime, the doors to the north burst open, revealing another zombie. As he, all right, let's do the right layer here. As he enters the room with the guard's arm in his mouth, looking at you like a hungry dog, snarling with his nose flaring. The hand attached to this arm holds a key ring with 5 keys.
Well,
That I could grab him.
Oh.
Mage
Can I launch my firebolt at the one that just walked in the door?
Yes, you can. You don't have any obstructions in front of you.
All right.
Is this going to be
that is the-
initiative?
That is a natural 20.
Okay, well, we might not need that. Okay, that definitely hits.
14 damage. 14 fire damage.
Ooh. To hell with you. Okay. Yeah, 14 fire damage as you strike it with a spark that drifts and then explodes right in front of its face. Its eyebrows and hair ignite, almost giving a Ghost Rider-like visage for a moment, and then backing down to this drooping, rotting corpse. More confused than anything, it drops the arm and hand back onto the ground and is starting to approach you. So now I need everyone to roll initiative.
Thanks, I hate it. Let me know when you're ready.
One moment. Okay. Everyone can kind of just fill their things in here. There we go. And then I'll order them. Let me roll for Mr. Zababo. He's going last. Typical. Let me double check his initiative. Oh yeah, he's literally a 0. Okay.
He just has no will whatsoever.
It's probably because his dex is trash.
Jay, since I think this might be your first roll 20 game. Usually you would just roll everything at home, including initiative, and then you can just click the little number next to your character portrait in the turn order, and you can fill it in, and then I'll reorder it for you.
Yeah, I'm trying to. It's just not going.
No? Okay, well, what's the total? And I'll type it in.
Never mind, it just went.
Oh, okay, good enough. All right, who has the higher dex, Chicken Tendi or
Come here.
Bakar?
That's gonna be Chick on Tendy because I got a 0.
I'm at a 14, so I have +2.
Okay, so wait, where'd it go? Okay, we are at Meow Meow.
I will attempt to use the mage hand to grab the keys and to attempt to unlock my door.
Okay, you can spawn it 30 feet from you, which would be about
It's like the crane game where I'm trying to like
yes,
control it. Oh, it's terrible.
You're able to spawn it here, which is way less than 30 feet away, and you can move it via what is it? Control the hands.
Yeah.
Move it 30 feet again. Okay. So you are able to easily carry this just about 10-pound arm back to your cage door, and it has all of the keys attached to it right in the hand.
It didn't release the keys. It's gripping tight.
His rigor mortis is kind of in a curled hand position, so it kind
Okay.
of just, dangling on the fingertips.
Okay.
But yeah, you can easily deliver the keys to yourself.
Okay. I will do that. I will pry the keys from its cold dead hand.
Okay, that would be your action.
Yep.
Okay, so is that it for you?
I'll yell as a bonus action that I have the keys. I will release myself.
You see a small cat-like figure just jingling a whole arm with keys on the end, like a baby rattle.
Don't
Very
worry about
excited.
it. I got this.
Okay, Chicken Tendi, punch your way out.
Try one more time. 12 is not very good. Struggle as I may, rattling those bars, punching away at them is not going so well.
Yeah, I would say if it were wood, you'd be out of there. But this iron, it's built to withstand crazy naked drunk people like yourself.
Yeah. Weird how that works.
Yes, of course. So that would be your interact with an object action. Do you have any bonus actions you'd like to use?
Not at this point. Yep,
Okay.
I'm all set.
All right. It is now Bakar's turn.
And Meow Meow has the keys, correct?
Correct.
Are there any tables within 5 feet of my cell?
No, you each have like a bowl and a pillow.
Can I attempt to basically break the door away from the hinge?
Yeah, like give it a good old boot.
Yep.
All right, that would be your strength. Not a check, just well, you could either attempt an athletics or you can try to attack it and break it that way.
Natural 20 plus 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say you boot the door out of righteous fury and it flies right open. The
Well, I was
best key.
planning on using my tail, but okay.
I didn't know your tail had a throbbing bicep attached.
It says it's thick.
Okay, so you give it a good old tail whip. It flies open, and the doorway is about right here, right in front of you. So
Can
you
I?
have yes.
Is there any like chest or anything inside the room?
There are 3 crates over here. They seem covered in dust, relatively left alone. There's a chair and table right here, and a lit candle here. Other than that, there's no furniture in this room.
Okay, I'd like to station myself in front of the door then.
Okay, I'd say you're about as good as you're gonna get.
I'm in the entrance to the jail.
Oh, okay. So you want to go and approach the zombie?
Correct.
Okay, I'll just move it here. Is that cool?
Yep, right there.
All right, sounds good. Look at you saving the day. All right, Guido, it's up to you. Or hold on, Camellia, you got an 8. Let me reorder that. So it's Camelia's turn.
Oh boy. I guess I'm gonna just use the turn to do my attempt at a headbutt, which I guess would just be plus strength.
Yes, I believe natural weapons go off of strength, no matter how thin and frail you are.
Well, that would be a 19.
Oh wow, not bad. Okay, so that meets the AC of the bars, which this
Okay.
section has about 12 hit points left if I'm going to attach numbers to inanimate objects.
And do you know what die natural weapon would be?
It's often like a D6 if
Okay.
it's a special thing. I know like a lizard folk bite is a D6, but a tabaxi's claws are a D4.
My claws are D4 as well.
So
It's
maybe it would
level
be.
based.
Oh, it is?
They increase as you go higher up.
Let me see. I think Satyr, which is pretty much what you are,
Yeah.
has natural weapon. Let me just check real quick.
It's just not on my sheet for some
That's
reason.
fair. I mean, who's ever going to use it, right?
Me, apparently.
Us right now.
Um, it actually doesn't give you one
Oh,
at all.
okay.
I would just say a D4 because it makes sense
Okay.
that you would have them. So yeah, a D4, just like claws.
Okay, so that's just natural 3.
Okay, so 3 damage. Man, you're beating the hell out of these gates.
I'm trying to
You
get
guys are,
out.
you guys are gonna burn through this campaign. So it was at 8. Now it's at 5. Is that correct?
I believe so.
Yeah, let's say 5. Okay. Is that your turn?
Yeah, I guess that's my turn. Can I actually check because I did do Thunder Wave? What's the status of the wall behind me?
So the wall is made of like a really sturdy sandstone textury
Oh,
stone.
it's sandstone?
Yeah, it's quite ornate. You're in a desert-like area. Uh,
I'm gonna
it
collect a
definitely
little bit of
shows.
sand then.
Okay, no problem at all. Yeah, you see cracks on the outside, and part of it started to flake off on your side of the wall.
Nice. Okay.
Might be nice to some. I don't know about you. You have a lot of friends outside.
I do. I love friends.
It's one way to bust out of jail. All right, Guido, we're down to you if you're done, Camellia.
I'm done.
All right,
Uh,
very cool.
All right, seeing that Bakar walked up to that one, I'm going to turn to the one trying to get into my window and I'm going to throw a firebolt at it.
Okay, this one right here. All right. I'm going to have all the zombies share initiative just
Oh,
to make things easy. I don't think any of those are getting in, but
Does a
just
9 hit?
doo-doo-doo. I believe so. Yes, its armor
Oh,
class is an 8.
oh wow.
You
Okay.
barely hit him.
That is 3 points of fire damage.
Oh, you son of a gun. Okay, you've harmed him. That's how I'm going to say it. You've harmed him.
And
it's been
um,
singed.
I'm just going to stare him dead in the eyes and just brandish my claws and then that's it.
Yes, total power.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Go to word jail.
Cowabunga, dude.
Aw.
Okay, it is now the zombie's turn. He's going to kind of, with his swinging jaw, make a snap towards Jay's figure. Or, sorry, Bakar's figure. And he is going to attack with a slam. Does a 22 hit your naked frame?
Yeah, I think so. It's just barely.
Just barely, just barely. Okay. So, and it's 2 bludgeoning. as he kind of just slams his forehead into your chest. You weren't really expecting to take damage. You're quite adorned most of the time. And here he is, rubbing his nose on you. Okay, Meow Meow, it's your turn. You saw him offend Bakar. How do you feel?
I'm a little shaky if we all know each other, or are we all strangers?
You know each other as much as cellmates do.
Okay. So I still have Mage Hand engaged, I believe. Does it stay until I dismiss it?
Yes. Or
Okay.
until you're like within a certain distance away from it.
Okay. Because I'm assuming I'll have to have the keys in the hand of the Mage Hand, and then I have to, because it's got a little flap over the keyhole.
Yes, it's got a little like swing almost, like a coin-shaped metal flap.
All right, so I'm gonna attempt to use, I'm gonna try to reach, because my tiny paw hands are gonna try to reach through the hole to move the little flap out of the way, and then Mage Hand the key in there.
Okay, you're able to get the key in just fine. It is meant for this.
Yeah. And can I engage it to open the door?
Hold on. There's 5 of you.
You gonna make me roll?
I'm going to roll. I'm going to say in order. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, starting with you, Meow Meow. Okay. So right now you're looking for either a 6 or a 1, and I got I got a 9. So wrong key, pal.
All right.
But it's not that key next time. So next time I'll be rolling a 8.
I just sigh.
I look over at Meow Meow and just chuckle.
All right. I'm like, is there a way to see which key it was?
Yes, they are numbered.
Okay, so which one was it?
That one was 9, would be 4.
Okay.
So that was 4.
You could just roll the D6. We could just put that out there.
Yeah, I could have, but then there'd be an unaccounted for cell.
Okay. All right. So I really can't do much because I've used my action to engage the key. And I guess that would be it for me.
Right. What is your passive perception?
Oh man, unbelievable! This life I have. My passive perception is 13.
Okay, so with a 13, you're able to tell that Camellia's door has a 4 on that coin-shaped flap.
All right.
So you're starting to drop.
That's the key that I have in the Mage Hand.
Yeah, that was your oops key.
Okay.
It goes here.
Yep. All right. Well, I can probably get to that spot, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Yeah.
With the Mage Hand, yeah, probably.
Yeah. All right. I'll yell to Camilla, not that I know her name, but I'll be like, Fawn, I have your key.
You couldn't have said that before I hit my head?
I did not know there were numbers on these keys.
There was slight Brooklyn in that.
I realize now that there were numbers on the keys.
Okay.
I did not even know. Next turn.
Chikan Tendi, how do you feel while all this is transpiring?
The drunken stupor of the days past are starting to wear on, so it's just kind of irritated that I'm stuck in this place with these stinky dead things clawing about. I watch Camilla slip through the bars, and I assume that I could also do that and get into her cell.
Yes, that does work both ways, even though you are quite stout.
So, my gut rubs against the bars really tight, but I end up somewhere in here, and I watch where she headbutted the bars and go, I think I can help. And I look
Oh,
over
boy.
at Meow Meow and I make my hand kind of like that, like just like a pointed knife attack. Like I'm gonna pretend like my hand's a key, and I'm gonna use an attack. I'm gonna attack these bars.
Oh boy, monks, right? Okay, go ahead. You're trying to hit a 19.
Well, I got a
Ooh.
22.
All right, now go ahead and roll your damage. There is 5 HP left. There's
Oh
there's now
no.
2 HP left.
Okay, so because I use my unarmed attack, I get a bonus attack where I can attack again.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, I got a
Oh, very good.
21.
Yes, yep.
We get a 6.
Ooh, and you see his fingertips start to bruise as he once
Jabbing
again
it.
jabs the lock, but this time it like pops off and the door like starts to swing open just a little bit.
That's how you do it, little cat.
Hey, I helped.
I reached up a high five with my bruised hand.
It's like big and red, like so swollen.
Cartoonish.
Okay, I oblige the high five.
Yeah.
Very slowly.
Perfect. All right,
Perfect.
Bakar, it is once again your turn.
All right, I would like to, as a bonus action, cast Thunderous Smite.
Do you need your holy symbol for that?
Just as verbal.
Okay, then you're good.
All right, so the first time I hit with a melee attack, I get to add damage and they get to do a save. So I'm going to tail whip this guy, or well, unarmed melee attack him.
Sure. Okay, Nightcrawler. You're trying to hit an AC of 8.
So 13 hits.
Oh yeah. He's not getting out of anybody's way.
So my unarmed attack is 3 damage.
Okay. He's
And
starting
then
to really
the
succumb to his blows.
Thunderous Smite is 2d6 thunder damage,
Wow, Thunder Punch.
which is 6 points of damage, and he's got to make
Okay,
a
and he
save
drops
throw,
at your feet.
or he doesn't make a save.
He's dropped to 0 hit points, and he's just kind of oozing at your feet at this point, kind of in a downward dog position with his arms to his back.
Okay, can I walk just past him to see if there's anything in the other room?
Yes. The door is slightly ajar, and as you come into this room, you see, just as the map displays, you see a trail of blood leading to a slightly ajar door again, and it looks like you can spot your weapons and possessions on the racks and a couple of chests next to those.
I'd just like to yell back that it just does not look good in here.
It does not look good in here. Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes, it is.
All right. Now we are once again to Camellia.
Okay, well, since I can kind of get out of here now, I
Yes,
think
you can.
I am going to, once I find what I'm trying to do. Okay. So I'm gonna run up to Mr. Spooky Scary Skeleton Dude. That's
Spooky,
just
scary skeleton dude.
close enough. He'll be there in the week.
Or so.
What's the speed of decomposition?
Depends on how hot it is, really.
Well, we're in the desert.
I would not long. He's halfway there as of right now.
Nice. Okay. And I guess what I'm going to do is just try to headbutt him again. When in doubt, headbutt.
Okay.
I'm in full support of that.
You do crit him with the headbutt, so you can
Oh.
double your D4.
Nice. That'll be solid 3.
So as you sort of drop the people's antler on him, your hardened keratin-infused horns kind of just smush through his skull, and it leaves your horns disgusting and
Oh,
his head is now a Gallagher joke on the
Oh
floor.
boy.
Um, congratulations.
Oh. I
Icker,
feel like I did something I should have, but also that I shouldn't have.
the Icker fawn.
As she drips some sort of necrotic, bloody material. Yeah. Had a girl.
Can
Okay. Yep.
I investigate to see if there was anything on him that wasn't decaying?
Yeah, you can just what's your passive perception? You'd have to take an action to really investigate, but
Passive perception is 12.
okay, you're able to see that he seems to be in slave's clothes.
Oh,
He's
great.
like almost similarly dressed to you, but like even worse. Like even less care was put into his outfit. It's just like burlap pants tied with a rope.
Absolutely no good came out of this scenario.
You yeah. Well, yes. All right.
Okay.
Yes. Do you have any movement you'd like to spend?
I think I only have 5 feet left, so I guess I'll just finish that little
All
gap to the
right.
door.
There you go. Okay, Guido, it's your turn.
All right. Seeing how two of them are already out and one of them's on his way out, I'm gonna yell out to Meow Meow. Are you gonna attempt to free me after you free yourself?
yes.
Okay.
The number on my cell.
Can I see the number on a cell?
Depending on your passive perception, yes. As long
That's
as
a.
it's more than an 11,
It
yes.
is an 11.
Oh, there you go. So yes, you can see that his is a 1.
Your cell number 1.
I will be there right after I am out.
All right, and then I'm gonna turn and continue just launching a fireball at the zombie behind me, just trying to prevent it from coming in.
All right, AC of 8. Go ahead and roll.
That will be a 15 to hit.
Yeah, no problem. You get him right between the eyes with your little spark of fury fire.
2 fire damage.
Okay, well, I mean, maybe I upplayed it a little bit.
No,
You
you're right.
definitely-
It was just a spark.
Yeah, you threw a lit cigarette at him, and he doesn't seem to notice. All right, Meow Meow, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna use the mage hand and my special feline eyes to deduce which one of the keys is a 1.
All right, you're able to quickly pick out which one has the numeric 1 on it,
And then
unlock your door with your action.
all right. And then I will 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I can get to here. Checking my move speed.
Yep, and remember, Q is the tool that shows you. It's the measuring stick thing, I think. It's supposed to be Q. If not, it's on the sidebar.
Okay. Oop. Is it Q?
It is. I think you have to enable advanced shortcuts or something, but you can just click it, and then
Okay.
if you keep pressing Q, you can do that.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna. I think I can get to here. So
Okay. Yeah, that's about where his door would be if you
Yeah.
want to just get ready.
Okay.
All right, Chikan Tendi, the door is open. You're
A
sober.
world to explore. 20, 25. What am I at? 35. Oh, wow.
Wow.
5, 10. So I guess I'll go stand on the inside of the door with the core and see the viscera apparently that's everywhere.
Oh yeah, and it's like fresh blood too. It's bright red.
Is it still slick?
Oh yes, quite slick,
Oh
really.
boy. So in
Yes.
our bare feet, it's not exactly stable ground. Fun.
I would say you'd be fine, but
Okay,
only because the floor is like a cut stone,
sure.
soaking it up nicely. All right, if that's
Well,
all you've got, it'll be Bakar's turn.
yeah, that's all. That's all I got.
I would like to make my way to my gear and reacquire it.
Okay, you're able to deduce what is yours and what isn't out of the pile, quite easily. You're able to arm yourself. Now, depending on what armor you brought in, it could take you some time to put that on.
I'm going to have to just strap the armor on because it's plate.
Okay, I believe plate takes, what, 10 minutes to don plate?
And you can't. I don't even think you can do it by yourself.
Let me just look this up real quick. No big deal.
I mean, I think you can strap parts of it on, but yeah.
Heavy armor takes 10 minutes to put on, and it doesn't say that it needs any help.
Okay, so
And it takes
that's old
5 minutes
rules.
to take off. Yeah, it must be. I would say you can shorten it with help to 5 minutes and then 2.5 minutes, respectively.
All right. Well, I guess I'll just be holding it and attempting to put it on.
It's just a helpless paladin holding his own breastplate. Please help me zip my dress. Okay. You also notice a large amount of guards equipment in the room. Clubs, axes, swords of various common quality. All with the Dwendalian insignia on the very pommel of whatever weapon it would be. The shields emblazoned with the same insignia, all round shields. The chests don't seem to have locks on them at the very corner of this room. And you do see like a little bit of fabric sticking out of one of them. Other than that, that'll be it.
That'll be my turn.
Okay, Camellia, it's your turn.
All right, I'm gonna scurry myself over and get my crap.
Okay, you're able to deduce that maybe the racks aren't where your things would be, but
Darn.
in the chest nearest to them, you're able to find a what seems to be a crystal ball of yarn,
Ooh.
a weird dodecahedron shaped. It's hard to. It's almost like jewelry, and then whatever focus you're proficient in.
That would be my sitar. I would
Very
presume.
cool.
But I'm also going to pick up the ball of yarn. I'm very intrigued.
Ah.
It is. It is
What?
hard to touch. Okay, that is your movement and action. Is there anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, Guido, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm going to, I guess, just launch another fireball as I'm going to move closer to the door in anticipation to get out. But I'm just going to launch another fireball at the.
The zombie will have half cover from that angle, as meticulous as it sounds.
Would I be able to do it before I moved?
Sure, if you want.
Okay.
It's up to you.
Half
Your
cover.
Cordal does have a pretty good brain, so.
15 to hit.
Oh yeah, it would have hit him even with 3/4 cover.
Two fire damage again.
You're very good at this. Do you like having cantrips?
Little cigarette sparks.
Yeah, just smoking, chain smoking in this cell. All right, and that's your turn. Meow meow, it's all you.
Okay, I take the 3 key. No, it's what number does he have over
Uh-oh.
there?
You're looking right at it. It's a 5.
It's a 5. All right. Hey, I made an assumption earlier and it burned me.
Could have been a weird backwards two, for all you know.
No, trust me, I don't understand.
There's
Yeah,
no
Mal swings it all the way up. It looks like a 2.
Yeah, I attempt to unlock the door.
This is where
Okay,
we
and
find out that cats aren't good with numbers.
you successfully turn the key, and the door kind of just pops to a slightly ajar position and starts to swing open. And you are met by a 5 foot something, 3 foot something foot wide turtle.
All right. So then, I had a vague sense that someone touched my crystal ball of yarn,
Cat like
I
yes.
bobble.
and I will move, double my speed. Once I use the straight, I can't use it again until I move 0 feet on one of my turns. So,
Yeah, feline agility or something
feline
like that.
agility, and I snatch it right out of her hands.
Hey, I was just looking.
You hear a wow from the other room as this cat comes bounding in, hood over the head, and just jumps into the air and does like a tumble roll as it catches the yarn ball right out of your hands. It is now playing with the yarn ball in a kitten-like position on its back, using all fours to propel it.
Oh, geez.
Home sweet home. All right. If that's the end of your turn, it is now Chickon Tenny's turn once again. And
Perfect.
I would say, for the sake of simplicity, we're out of initiative.
Okay.
But we will carry this initiative over if needed.
So I look through all of the belongings, find rags that almost look exactly like what I'm currently wearing, and put them on. And look amongst all the clubs for a particularly gnarled stick that I'm accustomed to holding.
You notice that this stick has kind of just been tossed to the wayside in the other corner of the room, nearest to like what seems to be a makeshift trash sack out of an old wheat bag.
Yep. I shuffle through the blood angrily, just throw my stuff away like it's garbage. And then I go over to Bakor and be like, well, I got my stuff. I guess I'll help you put your armor on, I guess.
Thank you. I was just about to ask for some help because this is ridiculous.
It's
Jink
hard to
my
buckle
hand
things
because
on
it
your
still
shoulder.
kind of hurts, and I shuffle through the blood so my feet are slick, and just like, this is stupid. Just throwing my stuff around.
I'm gonna attempt to find my gear and my trusty crossbow.
Yes, the cloth sticking out of the trunk that I previously mentioned was your blue hood that I apparently just said you had anyway. Whatever. And your crossbow can be found with the ranged weapons on the shield and ranged weapons rack.
Okay.
Your crossbow seems to have simple carvings made from your nails on the handguard. Very ornate. It's easy to find.
Is Meow Meow's
Mhm.
crossbow prettier than my crossbow?
Ooh.
Oh,
Who has the highest
Uh-oh.
charisma?
I have a 16.
I have a 18.
Ooh, looks like yours is prettier. You added flowers.
Nice.
Well
And then
done.
I do like that, like fake shotgun cocking, and I'd be like, but mine's deadlier.
Can it really be deadlier if you have such little hands?
You don't need a big hands to pull a trigger.
Are
Eh.
yours even opposable?
Somehow.
Oh, they are.
I hear them bickering and shoot them both finger guns.
as they're having that conversation, I would like to scoop up my book and my pouch to make sure my pearls are still there. Grab my symbol of the Luxon with my amethyst crystal, and then can I deduce roughly how long it would take for those zombies to enter this chamber if they're still trying?
Um. Hmm. I would say just roll me a straight intelligence check. Unless you have some other method of doing so that would apply to an attribute.
Investigation would be the only other thing I could think of, but I can do straight intelligence.
Yeah, you're not really looking for anything specific from what you're saying, so I would just say
Right.
straight intelligence to kind of just,
So that would be a 15.
Okay, you're able to see that their focus is lacking. Their strength is, for the most part, lacking, and their direction is determinative, but lacking. You feel pretty safe in this prison guard tower.
Okay, if I feel like I have enough time, especially with them trying to don their armor and everything, I would like to attempt to ritual cast alarm on this door.
How long does that take again?
11 minutes.
Okay, so I need you to make a wisdom check to see if you think that's a good idea.
Okay. That would be a
A 9?
19.
Oh, you get the feeling that it'd be fine to do so.
Okay.
But as you start preparing this ritual with whatever means you find fit, you see the door to your right start to creak open, and the bald head of this zombie just kind of like peers in, and as it's like sniffing around, you notice it's lacking eyes. And it starts to shuffle into the room.
How long has it been since we got into this room? More than a minute?
Oh, much more than a minute by now. At least since you've gathered your things.
Could
So would I be clothed?
Would you be cloaked?
Clothed. I have my armor
Yeah,
on.
yes, everyone's gear is applied.
does everyone
This
notice
thing
the
is-
lack of eyes?
Passive perceptions, unless anyone's below a 10, you notice.
Can I use prestidigitation to make a sound from behind it?
I believe you can, yeah. Unless I'm forgetting what that is.
Yeah, it's just basically minor instantaneous sensory effects.
Okay, yeah. Then yes, absolutely. With ease, describe what you're doing.
So I'm going to look at the zombie and sort of twiddle my fingers towards it just a little bit and open my mouth as if I'm going to shout, but the sound comes from behind it. And there's just a brief little scream.
Okay. Doing so, you hear seems like the shuffling of plate clanging. And then you hear something like hit the ground, something heavy with a thud. The zombie does turn around to meet that illusory scream that you've implemented, and starts to back out of the now open doorway. Pretty enthused by whatever this was, as his head kind of darts around, trying his best to look for something to gnaw on.
I'm gonna just like look at everybody else and like put my finger over my mouth to signify being quiet as if it's not obvious already. But and then slowly try to make my way towards the door as quietly as I can.
Okay, roll a stealth check for me.
Okay.
And I'm not even going to think about hooves right now. not even gonna do this to you.
I got an
Hooves are the
11.
high heels. Okay, hold on. They have perceptions for a reason.
To be fair, I do have hooves.
You are. It seems to not notice. Do you move right there? Sorry, I don't know if I moved you or not.
No, I just moved myself. I wanted to be close enough that I can look out the door, but not quite go through the doorway yet.
Okay, so in your I'll call it a sneaky peeky. You do notice this zombie is currently devouring somebody's scalp.
Oh.
Does it look like he has eyes?
He does have eyes. He seems a
Bastard.
little more intact than the rest, honestly. There's that faint necrotic glow kind of coming from his orifices and his eyes. But he seems, yeah, just more intact, a little less old than the rest.
Okay.
He seems
Um,
preoccupied.
Can I
DM?
aim my crossbow at him?
Yes. 1 second. We'll get to that. We had a
Yeah.
question.
Oh, can I consider my feline agility recharged?
Yeah, you're good. It's been 5 minutes because that's what it took to take the armor on.
Okay.
Continue, Camellia.
I'm gonna try to shoot him with my crossbow.
Okay, everyone sees Camellia readying a crossbow bolt, lining up the string with I believe it's called like a trigger hold, and she's aiming it. You can go ahead and make your attack with advantage.
Oh, with advantage.
I believe he would be surprised. Which
Advantage.
That's a net
I
20.
will Beautiful. Go ahead and roll your damage. Twice the dice, 1 time for the modifier. I'm just double checking with the surprise condition. Okay. It's not
I
there.
think it's plus 8 piercing for crossbow, right?
The
It's
addition would be your dexterity and
1d8 plus
proficiency with
dex.
your and I believe you're proficient with it, so
Yeah.
you'd add your
So that's
proficiency.
plus 8. So that would be.
Oh no, the proficiency only goes for the accuracy.
Oh, okay.
So you would, it would just be your dex for the damage. Silly me, I know better. So how much damage would that be?
That would be 18.
Oh wow. So you hit this zombie and it's crouched over and you're aiming right for its temple. You know better. And you launch the bolt and with a quick thwip, it flies through the air and it sinks right into its head and it kind of drops to the floor prone for a minute. How much damage was it again? 18?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
I'll start writing down damage.
It's okay.
I have a bad memory.
Luckily, these tokens have a health counter above them that you can't see. So it is now dropped completely prone, seemingly unconscious, except for the slow twitching every now and then. And then you start to hear once more chewing. I need you to roll initiative, or we'll keep this one if everyone doesn't care.
Fine with me.
Okay, so you see what happened. Everyone knows what's up. Chicken Tendy, it's your turn.
Well, I kind of know what's going on. I watched some crossbow bolts fly and a big stinky thing walk out of here, so I'm going to get right to this doorway.
I will mention that this one is still surprised, and all attacks would have advantage against it until it's a hit.
Yeah. I'm going to get to the doorway. Do I see anything different, or is this still the
You
scene from the angle I'm at?
you do see everything I've revealed.
Okay, cool.
Obviously, except for the zombies through the walls near the prison, but yeah.
15. I don't know why I keep looking that hard. I'm gonna end up right here
Okay.
and commence with the punching.
Okay.
First attack's an 18.
That'll hit, no problem. This one has an
And
AC of 8 as well.
5 bludgeoning.
Okay, it drops to the floor once more, now not chewing.
Okay. And then the blind one, I'll turn around with my bonus attack and hit that one.
Okay.
Well,
You guys-
try to anyway. 13.
Okay. And you strike it. You do have advantage, but it does roll advantage anyway. Yeah, so 15 will hit. Or 13,
3.
whatever. 3, okay. Hey, you can't win them all. All right. That is there. Okay. Now it is aware of you, but due to its limited vision, it's easy to deduce that it probably can't tell the rest of the groups in the room.
Yep.
Okay. Now it is Bakar's turn.
All right. So the one in the doorway is the only one left.
Seems to be so. Yes, especially from your point of view.
I will rush up to it, and I will make an attack with my greatsword.
You have advantage because it's blind.
That's a 20 dirty.
Ooh, not bad. Let's make some limbs fly.
Dirty 20.
That's 8.
8 damage. Okay. It's still standing on its 2 feet somehow, but it definitely feels blindsided.
Hmm.
I can joke too. I know I'm the DM, but let's have fun. Okay, that's your one attack. Is there anything you have for a bonus action?
Nothing that I'm going to use at this moment.
Okay, then Camellia, back to you.
I'd also like to add, I actually messed up my roll for shooting it with a crossbow.
Oh, okay.
It was pretty far out on my character sheet. I thought it said a D8. It's a D6.
Okay. You did. I mean, our monk friend here did enough damage to, correct whatever happened anyway. So we should be fine. But thanks for, recognizing that. That's cool.
As an aside, can I just continue moving on through into the room out of the doorway?
Yes. After or before the attack?
It would have been after. I would have attacked
Okay.
and then moved to the other side.
Okay. You're aware that this thing is tracking you via either sound or smell, so just be wary of its threatened areas. But yeah, you can continue to move if you'd like. Okay, yeah, you circle it. It is now facing you. All right, now, Camellia, we are back to you.
Okay. I can squeeze through these guys right here and get to the other side, right?
Yes, you can always move through your friends, unless there's an obvious reason you can't.
Okay. Um, and I'm going to swing at the one towards the bottom, the eyeless one. Well, not swing, but actually, if I move back one, will that give it an attack of opportunity or no?
Um, due to its blinded senses, I'm going to say no. It's
Okay.
quite dumb to begin with.
Awesome. And I'm gonna shoot at that one with the crossbow.
All right, good idea. Try not to step on this one's head while you're over there.
I will not. I don't want any more goo on me. That is 11.
Okay, you hit.
That's only a 4.
Okay. Your 4 damage is enough to pierce a good hole in its chest cavity, going right through its torn shirt, and still sticking out a little, and it wiggles as he moves towards Bakar, seemingly rubbing against a rib.
Okay, and I'm probably just gonna leave it at that. Can I hold the rest of my movement?
I'm not sure. Let me just double check real quick.
Pretty sure you can only hold action.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, because it's hold.
Sorry, it's been a while.
It's fine. Me too. Okay, we're good. Now let's go to Guido, who is standing in a doorway.
Did I have enough time to finish my alarm spell?
It would have taken you 11 minutes, correct?
Correct.
I would say you were interrupted.
Shit.
Yeah, They really
Okay.
do be like that.
Okay. Well, the only one I can really see from where I'm standing is the one that's kind of blind. I'll just move up a little bit to get a better line of sight at it, and
There you
then
go.
launch my firebolt at it. See if I
Okay.
can't burn the to a crisp.
can-
That is a 6 to hit. That is not going to do anything.
Oh no, you go a little to the left. You definitely see some hairs on the top of its head, kind of like ignite a little bit where it does have hair still, but nothing to do damage.
And you just see him kind of like look down the spell book confused, and he just starts flipping through the pages like, why the hell did that happen?
Oh yeah, this is produce ash. That's correct. All right, Meow Meow, it's your turn. Show them how it's done.
Okay. So I just want to do a minor clarification. Did it actually cost me a sorcery point before, even though the spell actually physically could not be cast?
No, you wouldn't have been able to alter
Okay.
it. So
Yeah.
I would say you're still
Okay.
good. I'm not that rude.
Okay. So I'm gonna move up. Is there line of sight on this, or is it under cover?
With
Yeah.
the door and the angle, I would say he has half cover, which is
All right.
+2 to his AC.
I'll just move up to here.
Excuse me, large turtle.
It's like, and then so I basically look like I'm doing like almost like a cat's cradle
Okay.
with this crystalline ball of yarn.
Mhm.
And then as I am making the motions similar to as a Doctor Strange character would,
Perfect. Yeah.
I'm going to be firing off a chromatic orb.
Okay.
It's a premium orb. I think I will be doing cold.
Okay.
That would potentially have the chance to slow the
Okay.
target. So
Now, is there a save you're gonna have me do?
it's a ranged spell attack against the target. If it hits, I guess I just make a ranged spell attack.
Okay, cool. Go ahead.
Okay.
You're trying to beat an 8, meet or beat an 8.
I got a 14.
Okay, there you go. Launch your chromatic orb.
All right. It is it's 3d8.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And it will be for 14.
Okay, and it just crumbles at Bakar's feet, leaving shards of ice sticking out of its back. So how much was it again?
14.
Okay, let's see what I can do here. Okay, and it's lying there, seemingly dead again.
Dead again?
Yeah, you know how it is.
Yep.
Okay,
I think I will use the remaining. It's gone, right? So if I were to go here, it's not gonna. I'll kind of jump
you're
over
able.
a little bit.
Yes, you're able to get there safely.
Okay. And I'll be here.
Okay. To just bring us back to the top, it is Chicken Tendy's turn. Would you like to do anything?
Let's see. I'm gonna proceed into the room a little further here.
Into this room with the wooden floors here?
Yeah.
Okay. It seems mostly empty. There's a lot of dead guards, a couple dead civilians. They don't seem, out of place.
Okay, so 35 gets me to the door. I'm gonna push on it. Is it locked?
It is not locked.
I'm going to not. I definitely don't want to throw it open. I just kind of want to peer inside, I guess.
Okay. Upon peering inside, you see a nice, warmly lit fireplace. And I gotta say, it's a nice owl bearskin rug.
Wow.
Yeah, who would pick feathers for a floor item? I don't know who, but whoever he is, he's got class. High maintenance, high quality.
Only the best.
I took my move there and interacted with that. I like what I see inside, and might just slip in there next time around. But that's it for me.
Okay. We can now return to our out of initiative state, but I'm going to set it back to the top, which would be meow meow if we start up again. Unless something weird happens and we roll a new one. You never know.
Oh no!
As you all start to settle down in your post-battle state, you start to hear the moaning and groaning of undead at the doors to the north of the large room. Every now and then you'll hear a slam on the iron doors that seem to be barely holding their latch. With each slow-paced slam, the door doesn't necessarily come ajar, but the corners start to like kind of open up as they bend.
I try to gather everybody's attention and say that there's enough belongings in this room to the left here. Maybe we can barricade the doors and buy ourselves some time.
Well,
I agree.
there's a bunch of crates that were in the room we were being held in. At least I don't know if there's anything in the sort of study that is movable. Really.
Looked like there was some desks and shelves, so we might be able to move those around. I don't know.
You recall 3 large bookcases and a chair and a desk.
Yeah. Okay.
I'd like
What's
to get
that?
to the.
Yeah.
Bakar would like to go to the northern wall and divine sense to see what's going on outside.
So right about here.
Yep.
Okay. What's the range on divine sense?
60 feet, all undead.
Okay. You picked a good class for this. All right, 60 feet in a radius, correct?
Correct.
All right, let me get to my correct layer. There you are.
Great.
I'm gonna have a mini stroke,
Oh, oh
I mean,
God.
it's only a few.
and then
God.
I'm going to cast Armor of Agathis on myself.
Okay, that
So ice
lasts how
shards
long?
are
An
gonna
hour?
just pop off me. Correct.
Okay,
And then I'm gonna
not a
let
bad
everyone
idea.
know there's about a dozen outside the door.
So we're gonna live here now, right?
If
Uh,
if they
I don't
manage to
see
get
any.
in and we can funnel them, I can burn a good chunk of them at once.
there is a door right there to our right that nobody's really looked at yet. So
I'll
we
draw
might
my
be
crossbow and pop my head in.
better off going doing a
Okay.
little mini retreat here.
So, Camellia, how about do you go about doing this?
Have my crossbow out and use it to kind of push the door open and peek in.
Okay, you use the foothold of your crossbow to kind of poke the door uh, ajar after turning it open, and you very easily see 2 zombies gnawing on the corpse of the guard that you were just holding company with.
Great. Awesome. Uh, okay, there's more.
Due to their low perception, they didn't know you over their own chewing noises.
Great. Okay.
You guys
I'm
have
a
made so many friends.
I'm gonna take just like a quick reflex of as soon as I see one, try to shoot it response.
Okay. You're surrounded.
So
It's
that's
dark.
21 to hit.
Okay. That I'm guessing you're hitting this one.
Yeah, the one closest.
All right. Let me just put him in his actual place here. They're a little off center. All right. 21 does hit, and no problem there.
And that's 6 damage. I'm assuming without advantage, or
Well, they were surprised, so you have advantage if you'd
Yeah.
like to roll once more.
no, just keep it
Yep.
where it is instead of going through the motions.
Okay.
So that's 6.
6 damage. Right. Beautiful. All right. You put a bolt right through the back of his neck, and you see him lurch forward with the impact. The zombie to his right kind of just like at him and looks up, and they both start to like look around. How much did you open the door?
Just enough to see him and shoot him.
Okay, so I would say it got about halfway ajar. I'm going to roll perception on the both of them to see if they know what's up, and I'm going to roll the one you hit with advantage. All right, perception. Okay, so they just get a straight roll. Okay. Are you proficient in stealth?
I am.
Okay, so your passive stealth would be 8 plus your proficiency plus 5 because of your dex.
For whatever it's worth, I'm even though I'm close, I have a I'm proficient in stealth as well.
Okay. Camellia, is your passive stealth higher than a 14?
No, it is not.
Okay, so they both noticed you. What do you do with the door in your last moments of being alive?
I'm gonna go and close it.
Okay, so you close the door, you hear it latch, and after a few moments, you do hear them beating on this wooden door. It's starting to crack where they've made ornate grooves and things like that. Very fancy, but not very effective.
Bougie guards. Okay. I'm gonna back up to here and just like prepare my crossbow to
Okay.
shoot as soon as one comes through the door, I guess.
All right, so you'd be holding an action, no problem.
And actually,
Mhm.
before anything else, can I look at Meow Meow and before I ready the crossbow, I'm gonna pull out my sitar for a moment, and I'm gonna strum some calming cat music.
Cat music.
Yeah, like you see in those
We
YouTube
love
videos.
chicken. We love liver.
Meow meow mix.
Meow 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 meow.
I haven't heard that song in
And
so long.
I'm gonna give Meow Meow bardic inspiration.
Ooh.
Okay, very cool. Is that a D6 or D8? I can't remember.
It is.
A D100.
Yeah,
Cool.
right.
I think it's a D6, but let me look it up quick.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a lot of experience with bards enhancing me. Not in
Oh,
this
it's
game though. What was it?
so better. It's a D8.
Nice.
Okay, and that can go towards like attack rolls and skill checks, right? But not damage rolls.
Not damage rolls.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
Is it?
All right.
Do I have to determine that I'm using it before roll or after roll?
I believe it says you have to use it before or after you roll, but before you know the total or
Yeah.
before you know the result.
Okay.
So like, oh, I did bad. I'm gonna add it. You know, whatever.
Got it.
Oh wait, no, D6. I was right the first time.
D6.
Oh, okay.
Got it.
Not bad though.
I'll take it.
All right. Well, our paladin he's literally got goosebumps.
I
How's
I
everyone
would like
feeling?
to call out how many were in.
What was that? Sorry.
How many zombies were in there?
Oh, okay.
To Camilla.
2. I think I didn't look past the door.
Okay, and I'm going to We're out of initiative still, right? technically?
Yeah. We're in like
Okay.
a pseudo initiative while all these guys are around.
Okay. I'm gonna walk right up to the door and I'm gonna be like, well, I think it's time for some barbecue. And I'm gonna kick open the door and cast Burning Hands.
Make a strength check.
Damn it.
Well, he is up against the door.
That is a 19.
Okay, you kick the door, and this one here is prone.
All right.
Um,
They each have to make a dexterity saving throw as a 15-foot cone of fire enters the room.
Okay, so prone.
I believe they have disadvantage.
Surprisingly, no. I can still make a normal dex roll, which is weird.
What?
Yeah, I just have disadvantage on attack rolls. Okay,
Incredibly agile.
what a guy, right? Okay, so dexterity checks for the two of them?
Yep, dexterity save.
Saves, yes. All right, well, they both have a -2 spoilers, so that's a 0 and a 13. 13 being the one in the back.
The 13 succeeds.
Okay.
So 3d6 fire on a fail or half on a success. So the one that failed takes 11 points of fire damage.
Okay, he is just wreathed in flame, a shambling corpse made of fire.
And the one that failed, it'd be rounding down, so it'd be 5, right?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, 5 points of fire damage to the one in the back.
Very cool. He's got slightly less fire, but the one on the ground is just Anakin in front of the lava pool, just burning alive. Yeah, I hate you. Yeah.
You are not my brother.
All right, now that
And
we've done that, let's start some initiative.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna have everyone re-roll. Just go ahead and edit your new totals, and I'm going to do once again a single roll for the zombies.
Oh no, it's worse.
They really do be like that, but sometimes other people want to go first. Camellia.
Darn it, Dad.
I know. Oh, I got a natural 20, which is an 18 because zombies suck.
It's so funny. Like, okay, it fights me sometimes when I'm trying to update my number.
Does it?
Yeah,
No,
like
I remember that happening to me
select it,
too.
and the minute I try to put a number in, it deselects the text field.
That's what it was doing to me earlier. That's why I was saying I couldn't do it.
Basically, if you just fight it enough, it'll give up.
I'm just waiting for any other virtual tabletop to claim the throne. Not even a hard throne to claim. I cannot believe it's taking this long. That said, Chikan Tendi, you're up.
In his excitement about the owlbear rug, he's been distracted, so he's all the way across the room. He sees that his new cohorts have found some more things to kill, and is going to dash.
Are you using Step of the Wind to do it as a bonus action?
No.
Okay. Just wondering.
I'm not prepared to spend that key quite yet.
Fair enough.
It isn't dire enough yet.
Right.
The time is
Okay.
coming.
So I'd like to end here. I know that one of them is prone, and that I'd have to kind of cross through. Is the one that's prone? The one that was prone is behind the door, right?
I'd say because you're a monk specifically, I need you to make an acrobatics check to jump over him. He is on fire.
Okay. Oh, even better. Ooh, that's I rolled a 1. That's a 5.
You land but prone.
Okay.
Can I
it was
use
sort of
my...
like a belly flop maneuver.
I use
through the door.
I use my reaction to use my Chronal Shift ability so he can re-roll that ability check.
Ooh.
Oh, Chronergis, I swear.
He has to use the second roll, though.
Okay.
Okay, because the second one was a natural 20.
The turtle bled into an alternate reality to make sure you nailed the front flip.
Oh, yeah. Yep. It's that moment in, like, Prince of Persia Sands of Time where, like, that didn't happen.
No, that's
I'm
not how the story happened.
Well, it was a resounding success,
okay. Well done.
and that's that.
Just one moment. I'm adjusting my fan. It got hot in here all of a sudden. Okay, so where were we? Did you do damage? Sorry.
No, because I used dash to get across the room, and then an ability check to not fall on my face, but then fall on my face, and then not fall on my face.
You thought about falling on your face.
So that's me for
Okay.
the turn.
All right, then. We are now to Guido, who he now has his reaction back, I believe. I think that's how it works.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Toward Sunder.
Would it also cost me, or would I also have to make an ability check to enter this room?
To enter that room, I'd say you couldn't due to, what you are and who you are.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me just make sure there's not a rule about prone and yada yada. So prone.
I mean, would you really want to climb all over flaming, grasping zombies?
I
Yeah.
had an idea for give the monk something, but if I can't, it's no big deal.
In the
It seems
status,
like
it
it's
doesn't state
exciting.
that you can enter the target space, so I'm going to say no, you can't.
Okay. Well, I'm going to risk the opportunity attack to just back up a space.
It does make a most likely failing swipe at you. Slam, disadvantage. Disadvantage is a 16.
That barely misses.
Oh, you feel its flaming fingertip kind of grasp your knee, and it's just like giving up with life.
Um,
Total
and
power.
I'm just gonna quickly, as I like jump back and yelp, just launch a firebolt at it.
Okay.
I believe it's disadvantage because it's ranged and prone.
Technically, yes.
Okay.
That's so dumb.
Yeah, that's a nat one. Never mind.
Okay. You hit right in front, igniting some of the blood on the floor, or at least crisping it. Nothing really bad happens because of your natural fumble, but who cares? Let's go. Zombie turn. Okay, the one that's on the floor uses half of its movement to get up, and the rest to now approach you, breathing in flame once again. It's going to make another slam attack. Feel like I'm playing Pokemon. Zombie, use slam. It misses wicked bad with a 9.
Effective.
All right. The other zombie here is actually going to follow suit and start to follow. And he's going to try and shamble away from you, Monk, if you'd like to make an opportunity attack.
Of course I would.
All right. So I'll stop him here for now. Go ahead and make your attack.
19
Ooh, that hits. Go for it.
for 4.
4 bludgeoning. Not bad.
Just whack him in the back of the head with a stick. Just
It now has your attention and is going
perfect.
to, and likewise, it's going to attack you instead. All right, that's a 9. I'm guessing it doesn't hit.
Unfortunately, no.
Okay, all right. So they both wasted their turns, and it is now back to Meow Meow.
Okay. How tall is I can't think of the turtle name.
He's 5'5".
5'5"?
Yep.
All right. I was gonna be tricksy and try to run up your back, but that might be a way for me to die. So I'm gonna move here, and I want to attempt to fire another chromatic orb. That's
Okay.
gonna be cold based. I know we're doing a fire thing, but I don't know if you really want to have fire in your face.
The floors are made of wood.
Yeah.
You're being very conscious now.
Yeah. All right. It will be a 17 to hit.
Oh, that hits no problem.
All right. And I still have my inspiration. It's going to be for 15 plus 2 is 17.
17 damage.
17 cold damage.
Okay, I'm just gonna do this. Okay. And it's just frozen solid to the floor now, and you can see the eyes start to kind of swell with the frozen pressure. It's not a good look. Not a good look. It's very, very crispy in all the wrong ways.
Is
It's
it
just a
is it
minty
in
zombie now.
is it in the way of the other zombie? Will it have to clear that frozen body, or is it?
No, it fell to the floor and froze. Sorry, I should have specified.
Okay.
It's not an obstacle in any way.
Okay.
You you did completely extinguish the flames. I was very conscious of you.
Mm,
Meow Meow's a firefighter.
yeah, that's me.
Okay,
That is-
Bakar, it's your
I do not like fire.
Go
Uh,
pair well together.
I'm actually gonna go over here,
Oh,
though,
okay. Yep,
and
fair enough.
just so that running is an option.
Oh, is it now?
Yeah, just in case.
Okay. Bakar, it is now your turn. Your spidey senses have alerted you that the zombies are starting to gang up on the doors.
All right, I'm going to tell Meow Meow this is not the way.
Well, I mean, the other
That's
door. We know about the other door. The door to the left.
There's a door to the left.
Yeah, it's
thought
being
that was
highlighted
just
right now.
I mean,
You and I in character don't know that that's a closed room, but it is.
I have good hearing and just yell that there's a nice rug in there.
Yeah, nice rug.
All right, so in knowing that what's coming to the door, I'm gonna tell everyone that they're coming to the doors, and move back to where Meow Meow was. And with seeing how well ice worked, I'm gonna ray of frost the guy in the door.
awesome. Okay, go for it.
Does a 15 hit?
Oh yeah, easy. These guys are made out of jello.
And a 6 for damage.
Okay, not bad. So that's 6 damage. All right. You shoot your ray of frost at him. It kind of like freezes his jaw closed in like a block of ice. So he's now just shambling around, like clawing at his own mouth. These ice guys, I tell you. Is that your turn?
Yes, it is.
Okay, Camellia, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm just gonna take a shot at the guy in the door that's remaining and try to clear the path at least for the rest of us to get through.
Okay.
So that's natural 18.
Oh yeah.
So that's 9 damage.
Okay. You shoot him wherever you shoot him, and he staggers back for a moment, and his empty gaze just kind of centers on your general group. But he seems to be on his feet still somehow.
God damn it. Okay. I'm just gonna take like a hot step closer to the door.
Okay.
Try to close that gap as much as I can,
Yes.
and that'll be it.
All right. Chikon Tendi, it's your time to shine. If you want to punch somebody in the back of the head.
I see some frost and some arrows, and with the club, reach up towards the skull region with a 15.
Okay, you can club pretty easy.
I test it like a soft melon.
That is just enough. That is just enough to drop him to 0. And he does. He goes right to his knees and hits the floor once again in the downward dog position. Kind of interesting.
Imagine that.
Yeah, weird. It's the yoga zombies. And he seems to be dead.
Seems to be. So I give it a swift kick with my bonus action just for good measure.
Just a good bop.
Okay, go ahead.
And then we'll just go ahead and hit it. Well, that was well, I guess it's the truest of true coup de grace because that's the old natural 20.
Oh, you.
We'll just mush it with the club a bit there. You know?
Okay, so he's actually dead now. He was the only one that made his undead fortitude save. But your natural 20 negated that completely. Okay, so he's dead. He's dead for real. Okay, I'm gonna say for the sake of convenience, we're out of technical initiative,
It
but
appears
things
like
are still
going
happening on the undead front.
I move away.
I'm good.
And run into the room.
Do we want to check out the other room, or we're not risking it?
I mean, that's up to you, tiny cat man. Cat lady. You're not a cat man.
Nope.
I did hear that there are bookshelves in here, and I'm intrigued if anyone wants to come with me and check out some stuff.
I mean, I'm fast, so I can go in there and get that rug that I like and then be gone. So I don't know about the rest of you slow folks.
I'll
I
wait
could probably
here
do.
for a hot second because I have a maybe fail safe if bad things happen and people are in the other room.
I see. Okay, so what's the plan, gang?
I
I'm
would
going to
go
start
into the
making my way
room.
over here.
Okay. How long does your detect good and evil thingy last?
Divine Sense, it only lasted for the end of my next turn.
Okay. So everything is where you last saw it, according to you. Let's start with the owlbear rug room. It is, in fact, an authentic owlbear rug. On the books, you can make an investigation check to see if there's anything of note other than, personal journals, love letters, bathroom readers, etc.
You said
An 18,
investigation.
Yes, it would be investigation.
18 investigation.
Okay. You do on the bottom shelf, on the very right, almost as if to be hidden, the basics of modern arcana.
Ooh.
Inside are some instructions, and it is also a manual on arcana. We can go over what that is once you have time to read it.
Of course.
I rolled a 14.
For a 14, not only did you help him find that, but you also found a nice how-to knitting guide. It comes with its own bookmark shaped like a knitting needle. On the front cover is a nice old lady kind of like snuggling a handmade sweater.
Is there anything to steal? Is
There's
there
a
anything
lot to steal in
expensive?
here.
So-
Something that catches your eye is the large blue crystal sitting on the top of the table.
I do like crystals.
While these guys are rummaging through books and looking for stuff, I take the owlbear rug and wrap it around my pack and use a length of rope to sort of fashion it like some sort of exterior bag on my bag.
Okay, that is an owl bear robe. Now it's a robe. It was a cape, but now it's a robe. It negates exactly 1 damage from any source anytime you're hit.
Oh,
Any source, even psychic.
Even psychic. It's a mental thing. I mean, it's 1 damage, so what are you gonna do? But
may I attempt to investigate the crystal?
upon investigation of the crystal, you feel it has an immense power. It kind of vibrates in your hand on an unworldly scale. Like, it doesn't shake your physical body, but it kind of shakes your spirit. It's strange. Hard to describe to the people in the room that don't cast spells. Monks.
yeah, I'm wearing this weird owlbear thing that definitely does not fit me in any way, shape, or form. But I've managed to tie enough rope on it to make it fit a dwarf.
You notice that they left the price tag hanging out of the beak of the owl bear. It's about $3.99 gold.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. It must
You
not
gotta
even a
leave the-
discount.
Yeah, you got to like leave the tag on there so that you can prove to
It's
people how much
authentic.
money you spent. Yeah.
Yeah, right. It's authentic.
If you-
By the Marley brothers. Yeah.
So I will proceed to, while everybody else is looking at the owlbear cloak and the bookshelf, I'm gonna kind of put my bag up and I'm gonna bat the crystal like a cat would. Bat the crystal
Pat,
into my
pat,
bag.
pat, 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 pat.
Pat, 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 pat,
Look,
pat, pat,
look,
into the
looking
bag.
everyone in the eyes while you do it.
I know, yeah. Well, I do have a +5 to stealth, so I can try to do this with no one or sleight of hand.
Oh yeah, I literally do not care what you take from this room. I just wanted the rug, which I thought was a rug, and found out that I could wear it. So
Yeah.
I've already left the room, and I was just like, I don't know, guys, you do your thing. And
Yep. But
All I'm saying is this is why you guys are in jail.
Oh,
Um, before
Drunk-
Chakan
drunk and stumblebum.
but yeah, I'm gonna take that crystal.
before Chakan leaves the room, I'm going to call him over to this corner in this bookshelf. I don't know if he's going to come over or not, but I do call him over.
Sure, I'm an inquisitive dwarf.
Um, so
There's your own.
so seeing how I had to help catch you, tried to make you leap earlier, I have something for you. And I take out one of my white pearls from my pouch, and you see me grab my amethyst crystal around my neck, and my Luxon symbol glows as well. And the crystal or the pearl crushes in my hand, and a single bead of white energy just drifts into your chest as I cast Fortune's Favor.
Congratulations!
It's a
Well,
boy.
that's a fun trick. I like that.
So
Oh,
essentially, it's a luck point that you can choose to use whenever you make an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw.
sure.
However, you can
Okay.
also use it if someone is attacking you. You can make them re-roll their d20,
Well, that's fun.
and then it has rules for advantage and disadvantage if it comes to that. But yeah,
Sure.
it's essentially a luck point that you can either use on yourself or an enemy.
Well, that's amazing. It's like, do you want this? Do you want this owlbear rug then?
No, you can keep that.
I triumphantly walk away,
Of course, I will keep this.
a bound in my step that no one has seen before, because you've only seen me for a few weeks.
That Fortune's Favor only lasts for 1 hour, just so you know.
1 hour.
Am I able to learn anything from the crystal?
It with an Arcana check, yes,
Okay.
or investigation, yada yada.
Both are trash.
Or, sorry, I didn't mean investigation. I meant identify.
I do have Identify for later.
Okay. Can I just do? Can I just do a like an Arcana just to see if it's like gonna irradiate me?
Yeah,
Okay.
So I get-
good idea.
I got a 17.
With a 17, you feel a weird imbalance of both enchantment, necromancy, and divination.
Oh, I see.
It's a lot of things that shouldn't touch.
Mm. This might be the source of our problems.
Should we break it?
If we break it, it might make things worse. So we might need to take it with us to ID.
Okay. So do I believe that?
I just need 11 minutes, but I don't know if we have 11 minutes right now.
We might need to go on the run.
Side note, the banging at those doors hasn't stopped.
Yep.
Yeah. I've been done with this room for a hot minute.
All of those things combined only took you about 5 minutes, and during those 5 minutes, our friend Bakar was in the other room doing what, Bakar?
I would like to make a cursory look around the room to see if there's anything of note, including an exit out of this hellhole.
Well, you see that something dying or dead has been dragged around this room like a plaything.
Like a
You
paintbrush.
you do see right where I'm marking on the map a door. With a cursory glance, other than the nice pewter candlestick, there isn't really anything of note. There's some food scraps on the ground. It seems like whoever was victimized here was mid-meal, and the zombies kind of ruined that. This seems to be a sleeping area for whoever is stationed here. And it's just it's a final resting place to quite a few.
Hmm.
Okay, so I would like to
I mean-
go check the door then.
Okay. Upon checking the door, uh, it feels securely shut but not locked.
Okay.
Feeling the
Upon
mounting pressure of the stuff outside still at the door banging, I'd like to open it.
Okay, and upon opening it, you see nothing that isn't already presented to you. Just a dark hallway.
Did this barracks room have a candle or anything?
Yes, there's two different candlesticks.
DM.
Yes. Hello. Hi.
It is currently 9:05.
You're correct. Okay. I think we're gonna call our break then. Let's say we meet back 9:15, 9:20 ish.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay. Does our technician understand? Okay.
The word of God.
Yes, the word of God himself. Okay. First of all, thank you for joining me tonight. We will be continuing in a few minutes here. To my players, everything's going great, and I'm very happy with this already. I will be right back. I have to use a little girl's room. And we're back, and there's zombies, and it's terrible. So, before I kill all my players, I would just like to thank all of the few of you who are viewing, if any. You're wanted, needed, and appreciated. We are now coming back to Bakar, looking down a dark, mysterious hallway with his twinkling, bright tiefling eyes that can see in dark vision.
So I'll glance back at the door behind me that I had just entered to see if anyone's there.
Like back into the room you were just in.
Yeah, just to see like if anyone was bothering to follow me.
Surprisingly, no.
We probably will now.
You're standing in about a quarter inch of blood, and no one's around you.
So I'll continue down the hallway at a kind of leisurely pace.
Okay, not necessarily sneaking, but not clanking as loud as you can.
Right, because I do
Okay.
clank.
Yes, you do. Okay. Upon doing so, it seems like this hallway hasn't really been maintained as well as the other areas. Like the floor is kind of dirty. You don't see anything that would be outstanding as like a footprint, a series of footprints, or there's no blood anywhere until you get to about that corner where you are. And then you see a trail of blood that leads both from the stairs in front of you and either to or from the what appears to be a bathroom on your right. That's right. I put in bathrooms when I make maps.
Oh boy.
Ooh,
Everyone's got to go.
bathroom nights.
Nothing bad ever happens in a bathroom in a zombie movie.
Never.
Especially when you go off on your own.
I want to go back to the door. That's sketchy. I'm gonna go back to the door and call
Okay.
out that there's an exit this way.
Okay, and seemingly as soon as you guys were done investigating the other room, you hear Bakar call out for you guys, saying exactly what he did.
Okay, I'm gonna go in.
Yep.
Okay.
I am gonna recommend to the rest of the group that maybe we barricade up that door with these beds,
I agree.
especially if there's another way out.
Yeah. if it goes bad, we'll have to clear them out. But let's do it.
That's fine. We can set fire to the room and then hang out in the bathroom.
Perfect.
I can always barbecue a big group of them like I did the two little ones in here.
You just make a wall of fire with a bunch of burning beds and burning corpses, and it'll be fine.
It'll smell a little, but I mean, that's not
Doesn't
that
it already?
I already smell a little, so
I was gonna say I'm used to the smell of dirty, unwashed dwarf because I'm drunk all the time.
Nose blind. Correct.
Yes.
it
So
smells
is
like
that
a normal day in here.
we're gonna barricade the door up. Is that everybody kind of on the same page?
Yeah.
Sound good?
Yeah.
Indifferent?
Okay. How about everyone just roll me a d20, and I'm not going to be very critical on the scores. I just want to know about how well you do, and it doesn't really go against one attribute in general. So straight rolls it is.
I have a 4.
11.
Okay.
I got a 3.
5.
Okay.
Ooh,
So
a 4.
there is definitely a pile of beds, mattress, and frame against the door. The structural integrity of it may or may not
We
be
put it
up to
against.
par.
We put it all against the wrong door, guys.
Yeah, it's an open on the other side door. Yeah.
No. We put it on the side that has the other player.
Oh
Oh no.
no, all the beds are piled up here, but I mean, looks good to
Precarious
you.
would be a positive word for it.
Right. I wouldn't say you guys are professional barricaders. Okay, so you feel safe.
That's all. That's all that we needed. So, Bakar, what's down the hallway?
I'm gonna let everyone know that there's a little bit of blood and there's some stairs that looks like it leads away from the building.
Well, a little bit of blood sounds better than what we've been dealing with.
Yes, the stairs seem to lead down, and from where you are, you can't tell if there's a source of light at the bottom or not. Directly across from the stairs is a window with a pair of arms swinging wildly into the window.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
walk in there and uppercut the arms.
Okay, hold on. Let me put him on this layer. Give him a break. Okay, so what's your plan?
So where am I seeing the arms? I guess flailing about
Right there.
right there. And oh, so like the stairs go down, but there's a window.
Right, it's like a window wall combo, and it kind of leads under where the ground would be outside.
So can I do like an acrobatics and jump off the wall and punch the arms?
Absolutely. Roll an acrobatics check and then a roll to hit.
It's an 11
Okay, we'll see where that gets you.
and a 17.
With your short and wide frame, you're able to just bounce off the wall uh, haphazardly, but your eyes are trained quite well to let your fist meet their gaze, so you're able to kind of just slap his hand as you drop.
Perfect.
It's now like reaching down for wherever you might have gone.
Yeah.
You do
As
notice
he-
that
I was gonna say, so that'd like end me here then.
yes, you do notice that the droplets of blood are getting lesser so as you go down the stairs.
Huh. Okay.
As the dwarf plays patty cake, can I step into the bathroom to see what kind of craziness has gone on in there?
Yes, as you step into the bathroom, you see larger and larger puddles leading to a large, I guess I'll once again say puddle, with a skull covered in blood in the center of the puddle, kind of laying on its side.
I'd like to approach it and get a better look at it.
Upon approaching, it seems to be a human skull of undiscernible origin. There aren't any markings other than the inked green lines leading back from where the temples would be to the very back of the head, and then they form a circle with a triangle on the inside of the circle at the very back of the skull. This green ink-like substance has a faint, like extremely faint glow to it. Think of like a glow stick in daylight.
Can I call Meow Meow to come check this out?
Yes, you can.
Sure. Yes.
Yeah, can you look at this? Because I'm kind of an idiot.
I don't want to be on the toilet. You know what I mean? You know where I want to be. I want to be here. I don't want to be standing.
Sitting on the toilet.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
I'm like, hold on. Can you leave? I'm nervous.
Yeah. Privacy, please.
So I will attempt to investigate this this skull. What would you like me to roll?
You can roll investigation if you're just doing a broad search over the skull itself.
Is there other options?
Yes, if
I would
you're
have picked Arcana.
yes, if you're leaning more towards the sigil-like
Okay.
etchings on it, inkings even, it would be Arcana. If not, religion or maybe even history. It's all up to you.
Okay. So Meow Meow isn't going to let on that she's terrible at all these things.
Okay.
Well, yeah, because he's a sorcerer, not a wizard. So,
Right.
but everyone thinks she's a wizard. So maybe the dice will be like, oh, okay, well, I got a 15. Just dirty, like just a normal 15. No bonuses.
So a 15 in Arcana.
Whatever you want it to be. They're all the same.
Okay, I'll give you like a
I'll be
like a Yeah, a general gist of the
Okay.
three.
Okay.
This is new markings. These are not something you've seen anywhere else.
hmm
They do have a very faint necromantic tendency to them. These crude markings, especially on like human bone, drenched in blood, it's pretty obvious what they were going for when it comes to the magic school. Uh, as for religion, most roads point to Miracle, the god of death. Uh, but that's only if you were to associate it with religion,
hmm
not necessarily that it is being associated with religion.
Right.
Um, as for that, it would probably look wicked cool in like a metal album cover, you know?
So, I convey that I'm not quite familiar with these markings, but in the broadest sense that it relates back to Miracle, the god of death. Is that correct? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I will also attempt to take out a piece of parchment from my kit to attempt to make like a crude version of it, of the symbol,
Okay.
like a crude drawing. So
Yeah. So if you're to follow the drawing and kind of turn it into a two-dimensional drawing instead of a three-dimensional drawing as it is on a skull,
yeah.
it looks almost like a line at both ends symbolizing that is going to each temple,
hmm
a circle in the middle, and then a triangle within that circle facing upright.
Okay.
That's the basic geometric shape of it, but
Yeah.
the way it's etched in is very rough, almost by single strokes.
Okay.
Definitely not with a chisel or any dedicated tool.
Sure. And yeah, I think that would be about it. I'll just try to keep that as a record. Does the crystal react in any way to the symbol?
The crystal hasn't reacted to much,
Okay,
if
great.
anything. Yeah.
All right. I believe this is all we can discern from this blood skull.
Yeah, I don't think I want to touch anything that's like being like infused with death.
Yeah. Like I wasn't handling it in any real, kind of just poking at it with sticks to maneuver it.
Fair enough.
Yeah. All right. I'm ready to leave.
Okay. Are you all making your way down the stairs?
Have we
I believe
looked
so.
into this room?
Do we want to check that?
I always want to check rooms. I've just
Uh,
been throwing
yeah.
darts up at the zombie hand.
Yeah.
We guys talked about blood.
Playing whack a hand.
Upon inspection of this room is your, torch in a sconce on the wall. There's a small crate on the side. It says tack. Next to it is a small stone, kind of like made into the floor well that has what seems to be fresh water. Uh, Directly in front of you is a box filled with fresh produce of various greens. And then there's next to that a wooden, it's almost like a wooden pot. It's not quite a bucket, it's more curvy.
I look
And
over.
then,
Oh God.
and then in the sacks, there's potato, wheat, and corn.
I look over to. Is it Camille?
Camellia.
Camellia. That there's fresh water in there if you want to wash off any of that gore.
Yes.
She dunks her head right in.
Gore.
Okay. You're doing a poor man's prestidigitation.
Hey, that's a spell
Yeah.
slot, man. Oh, no,
No, it's a cantrip.
It's a cantrip. It's a cantrip. Yeah.
You are now freshened up. Still a little worse for wear, but definitely better than your previous Doomslayer attire.
I'm smelly, but not covered.
Yeah.
Correct. Just as you finish up, you start to hear the moaning get louder, and you hear two large bursts of snapping wood.
Okay,
Metal.
time to go.
Yep. Time to go.
Burn it.
Time to go. Time to go. Time to go.
I heard burn it. Are we doing that?
I mean, I'm an advocate of burn it.
So as they start heading down the stairs, I'm gonna stand here and wait to see if I see any zombies approach.
You don't hear anything from that immediate vicinity. The growls, snarls, and snorts. They seem to reverberate through the building, but you noticed how loud they sounded when you were in the next room, and it doesn't quite sound that loud.
Okay.
Hmm. Maybe we just go on down then.
What could possibly go wrong?
I'll lead the charge down the stairs.
Okay. The stairs are relatively short, and approaching them, you do see fire at the bottom, or at least firelight. Let me just go here and place you before I move you.
I didn't cause one. This wasn't my fire.
Yeah, nobody believes that.
Do you remember where you were when you set fire to that building?
Up top.
Well, there you go.
I'm just placing you really quick. So, small talk while you go down the stairs.
So what did they
What
arrest
is
you
that for?
for?
Yeah.
What's that?
What did they arrest you guys for?
I was messing with time. They don't like that.
Time cop.
I was also messing with time, but mostly just my own.
Turns out when you make it so people don't actually do the thing they do, they don't tend to like it.
You're gonna unmake my sandwich and put mayo on it next time.
Exactly.
That's the
How
latest version of time travel. I put mayonnaise on everything you try to eat the minute you try to eat it.
Oh no. I put mayonnaise on your mayonnaise.
No.
Okay, so we're all on the next page, correct?
Yeah, but I am not in front.
Okay, that's fine. You can. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Now right here it says door, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I forgot to put a door there. That's a door.
Feels like
Yeah, it didn't transition for me and I just refreshed the page.
All right. It seems like the two of you have to be pulled in manually, which I can do no problem. Look at
I don't know. That door that says door feels like a trap.
that. It's door mimic, yes.
Door that we already know about.
It's like a door. It's like a changeling that says the word door.
I hate you.
You love it. Shut up.
So you feel a cold breeze and you smell a stench that kind of singes your nose hairs.
Hmm.
Ugh.
You approach this pillar made of stone lit by firelight.
The Pillar
Don't make me sing the theme. I don't know the lyrics.
Man.
It's really cool though.
Yeah, it really is cool.
Man, I wish I were that cool.
I don't have it in me.
All right. So, what are we doing, Bakar? You're at the front.
For the third time, I would like to divine sense.
Okay. You divine sense, and that's what undead, fae, and fiends.
Yes.
You
And
should
sense-
everything.
but, you know.
You sense nothing unless the ones you've already sensed up top would be within the 60 feet. Nothing immediately dangerous to you. Nothing
All right.
down here.
So I'll move into the room.
Okay. Upon moving into the room, you see a table, a shovel. Hold on, I gotta roll something. But yeah, you do see a table, a shovel, a small fire pit with a couple sticks that have clearly been used as torches. Um, da-da-da. Okay. Okay. Bakar, what's your passive perception?
It is a 10.
Okay. So yes, you see the shovel. You see this like closet here that has like shovels and ropes. You see the table and shovel over here. It seems like a lot of like utility stuff. Um, and at least something recent has lit the fire here for one reason or another.
I don't got the brain power to work that out.
Can I tell how long ago the fire's been lit? Based on like how much wood has been burned and stuff?
Make an investigation check. That's a very good way to use your investigation.
14.
Yes, knowing, you know your way around a fire. Electricity isn't invented yet. So, with the amount of coal and ash that sits in this fireplace, it's hard to tell whether something big has been burning for a long time or if this pit's just not maintained. But for the wood that is there, you can see the charred ends of it. It seems relatively new.
Okay, I'll relay that information and then I want to immediately start looking for like any footprints or tracks anywhere.
One more investigation check.
That
Is
is
this-
also a 14.
A 14? You see small three-toed footprints in the dusty stone floor. They seem to not necessarily be leading any which way, uh, but it's mostly around that pit area.
So
Okay.
here's an interesting one. I'm a dwarf, so I have stone cutting, and I'm proficient in survival. Is there any way that I could potentially try and track or trace out what direction those footprints go?
Yes, tracking does relate to survival, so go ahead and roll a survival check.
Okay. 15.
Whatever was here is here. These tracks seem new. They seem like pacing marks.
Okay. So under my breath to the, I guess, so what? It'd be Camellia and Meow Meow. I say, there's something nearby. I guess, I guess anybody within 5 feet might be able to hear me then. So there's whatever has been pacing around here is still nearby.
Hmm.
Great, more company.
Is there
Hopefully,
any
this one's not rotting.
is there anything in this little alcove?
About how far do you go into that alcove?
Right where I'm standing.
As you put down your large turtle foot, you hear, "Ah! I'm hiding! Just leave! I'm sorry!"
I'll immediately back up a step and I'll like look to see if I could find what made that sound, what I stepped on.
From a jumbled pile of ropes, you see the two yellow glowing eyes of what seems to be a kobold. Its scared, squirmy snout pokes out of the coil and just whispers to you, "I don't want any trouble. I'm sorry. I'm just here to maintain the sewers."
How long have you been down here?
I I live and work down here for the Dwendalian Empire.
Are you are you comfortable staying down here?
Yes, I much prefer the secrecy of underground life. Um, and I much prefer the privacy as well, which you have ruined. And whatever those things that came through have ruined.
What things came through and which way did they go?
It seemed like some sort of. I can only describe it as death, and they came from where you came from, or rather, they went up the stairs. But mostly, they did not come back down. You did, and that's why I'm hiding.
Is there anything else down here we should be worried about?
Me. Arr.
I just kind of cock my head at him.
Arr. Fear me.
I do as much of a roar as the turtle can do right back at him.
All right. Calm down. Ah, look, I gotta be honest with you. Those guards, I shovel the poop, okay? I shovel the poop. I put it down here. It's the sewers, okay? I don't like to leave this area because everything beyond here is, let's just say it's creepy crawly. I don't like it, and it leaves me running and screaming, and I haven't lived my 5.5 years by being brave.
So noticing that Guido is talking to a kobold, I just kind of speak in a loud enough voice. Is there any other way out of here than going back up those stairs?
Well, you know what they say. All sewers lead to Jorhaus. Yeah, you could. There's a sewer. There's a way out.
Yep.
Yep. And he
As
kind
soon
of
as
claps his
Can't
hands.
imagine it's a fun way out, but the way out.
As soon as he says that, you just see the Guido just like grabbing his symbol, his Luxon symbol, and just kind of rubbing it, and then just walks away.
Okay.
I
Hey,
guess this conversation's over.
if you find any large doors or maybe like a wardrobe, can you bring it back so I can block off the stairway until I know I'm not going to die?
So
Why don't you just go with us and show us the way out, and then
I'm
we can protect you from anything that might come?
I'm gonna call you the Poop Smith.
That's not my name. Thank you.
Too
And
late. Too late. You
young,
didn't introduce yourself.
young lady, I'm going to decline so I can guarantee a long life of 8 years.
So you say so you can guarantee your life, but if those things come down and we don't bring you something back to block the door, you're going to die.
I will be one with the rope. And you see
But
him
we
kind of
found you.
settle in. You stepped on me and it really hurt. I'm not gonna let that slide. That hurt
Yeah,
a
well,
lot.
they could step on you too, pretty easily.
He seems to get comfortable on his rear end in the rope and crosses his arms. Look, I'm not gonna get in your way. How about you don't get in mine? I would like to go back to bed.
Okay.
Let's leave him to it.
Okay,
What's a good way to? I don't know. We're just kind of down here wandering. If we were gonna find a wardrobe, where would it be down here?
He scratches the very end of his chin. He's like, I have no idea why somebody would put a wardrobe down here.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I didn't really think that through. Oh, I'm so boned.
You should
That's
leave with
what
us.
I'm saying.
Is there a,
Fine.
is there a door we could rip off from somewhere else?
Hold on. I think I got this. And I crack my little kitty paws. Like, yeah, so I go up to the kobold and I'll be like, what if we were to hire you as a guide, and then you no longer have to be in the sewer, and I'm going to be trying to use persuasion.
He immediately perks up.
You could be our Poop Smith.
He can be our guide to less poop smithing.
in an emotional roller coaster that you see wave over his face as he is excited, then not excited, now back to excited. Yeah, I would like to inquire on this new position, sir.
Ma'am.
Or ma'am, sorry. And he kind of scruffs the top of your head. He's like, sorry.
And then as he does it, though, as he reaches over to touch my head, a dagger slowly rises up as he reaches out to point into his stomach and be like, "Careful, I will be your boss."
I see you have more claws than it appears.
Indeed. And then if you put your hand back, mine will also go back.
He raises both hands up in the air.
Then there's
Don't
two
shoot,
claws
little kid.
come out. No, we're good. We're good.
Oh,
Do you
yeah,
need me to
I
roll?
hope. Yes, go ahead.
Okay. I rolled a 22.
Okay, so he's nodding along as you offer, and it seems he will accept.
All right. So now we have a pseudo guide.
You're paying, right?
I would like to be the second in line.
Agreed.
Yes.
I mean, come on, I'm not going to get paid if I die.
Exactly.
Okay.
So who's the line leader here?
So just point me in the right direction.
Oh, a lot of weird folks down here today.
We're all just people trying to get our way through a sewer and forget this whole thing even happened.
Well, technically the right way is in your current direction, down to the south. And he points this way.
All right.
Go to the
Onward
first section then.
and upward.
All right, looks like we got a left and a right here. Does anyone have like a gold, silver, or a copper on them?
I have a copper.
Okay, can I borrow it? I will give it back.
Yes.
He takes the coin in his hand and he nods to one direction, looks to the other, and he flips the coin. It lands in his hands. I think we should go left. I remember that one being the good way.
Perfect. I love your decision making. It's
We-
almost though
I think we're doing what we paid for. I say to Chikion, I say I think we're getting what we're paying for.
How much are we paying him?
Well, right now he still has my copper, so
So a
See,
copper.
so
the best part
far,
is you say we're paying. I didn't broker this deal.
As you mosey your way along this sewer tunnel, you see he's kind of like rubbing his hands and darting his head around nervously, looking at all directions at all times, and he's like visibly shaking.
I'm like, you don't know where you're going, do you?
Insight check.
Oh boy, you're in trouble, buddy. Proficient.
4.
18.
18.
I
Okay.
have a +3 in it.
You caught me. I actually tricked those guards into letting me stay into that room. I tell them I shovel the poop, but I actually just bring it here. And he points down, and there's like a large area of human feces. Yeah, I was really hoping the corn was gonna flip the other way because I didn't want to walk in it.
Give me my copper back.
Fine, I'm sorry. Here.
All right, we're gonna go. I think we need to go the other direction, everybody.
Hold on.
He
Or we
shrugs.
can
Hey, if that's what you want.
We could make him shovel it.
He's kind of cursing under his breath as he readies his shovel, and he's like very weak. He's a kobold, so he like takes like 1/4 of a shovelful and then struggles to lift it. And he's like, "This is gonna take forever." And he
Heavy
starts
breathing.
moseying back to where he came from, looks around, and says, "Where should I put it?"
Put it in from the stairs.
Put it on the stairs? Is that what you said?
Yeah, it's like a grease trap then.
Oh, God. Yeah, sure, why not? Put it
He,
on the stairs. We're never going to be here again.
he's visibly upset and shaking his head, and as soon as he's out of sight, you hear him say, "I am so fired." And then after a few moments, he does come back with an empty shovel.
Oh, no.
All right, hold on.
Let's just,
And he's going to repeat this for a while.
Oh,
yeah. So
God.
while he's busy wasting his time doing that, let's just explore ourselves because you know.
All right.
Are we continuing on through the poop, or are we going the other way?
Oh, we should probably go the other way.
Excuse me.
This is just
All right.
weird punishment at this point for him trying to fake us out.
I'm not going any further until someone stronger than me goes.
All right, so we're at
Excuse me,
another
ma'am.
now. There's a
Can-
left and there's a door ahead.
Pooh Smith, what's your name? Sighing?
It's Pooh Smith.
Pooh
According
Smith?
to you. According to you.
Who's
He's
your...
like out of breath. If he could sweat, he'd be sweating.
Oh. At least it's cold down here.
It doesn't matter. The most work he's ever done.
Oh, man.
My name's they call me Pritchard.
Pritchard. That's quite
Yeah. I
quite a
don't know
name.
why they call me that. My birth name was Barkskin.
Barkskin.
I think it was a
Pritchard
cruel
Barkskin.
joke.
I'd say let's open this door. It's a door.
Okay, you see in front of you an iron door.
Maybe.
It's there's no gaps to be able to see anything in the next room through. And upon turning the lever style latch, it jiggles, but it does not open. It doesn't even appear to be locked, as there's no keyhole. It literally just feels stuck by something.
Oh, boy.
Hmm.
Gonna give it a hearty
I'm
Stuck is
almost
in,
done.
like
old
wedge.
dwarven way.
I, if it's stuck fast, I mean, the only thing I'd do is listen at the door, and then if I can't hear anything, I'm not going to kick a door open in a sewer that we're kind of trapped in.
You're not gonna Detroit smash that door?
United States of Smash.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, thank you.
Especially knowing that directly next to us is an open passage that we could just go down.
That's true.
So were you trying to listen into the door?
I mean, if the car moves out of the way, I'll listen at the door.
He's still going back and forth.
That's
It's all-
dedication.
He's committed to the bit, and I love it.
You better tip him. You know, he's doing a lot of work.
Well,
He's really only just barely doing the work that he was originally
yeah, it's true.
do.
But he's doing a shitty job.
Yeah,
Upon a quick look back, he's barely made any headway in this mound of shit.
Oh, man.
If only he could use a shovel to its full potential.
All right. Well, what do you got on your listen check?
It would be
I don't know.
perception.
Okay, perception. I got a 4, so I hear the sound of metal because I put my ear to it.
Don't forget you had the fortune's favor if you wanted to use it.
That's fair. I should probably use that because we're probably coming up on an hour there. That just lets me re-roll one.
Yeah, it's essentially a luck point.
Okay, yep. So let's just go ahead and try that a second. There we go. We got a 19 the second time around.
Okay, a 19, you can hear a whole lot of, like, nothing. You hear, like, softly flowing, I'll call it liquid. It should be water. You're in a sewer. It's technically not water.
Yeah.
But it seems to be unoccupied.
I'm just gonna lean a good old shoulder into that door and see if I can get her open.
All right, give me. If you're proficient in athletics, go ahead and use athletics. If not, just do straight strength.
I'm not proficient, so 11.
You feel it give way a little bit. You feel like you're on the right track, but you just didn't have the means to fully accomplish the task.
I gave it my best, guys. It's stuck.
Did you though?
I mean, if you want to harass me, tiny cat, you go ahead and you throw all your body weight into that thing.
You know what? Maybe I will.
Ma'am, can I take a break? I think I'm gonna pass out.
I'm not your boss.
You know what? If you want, you could go and lean against that door real hard.
Okay, sure. Excuse me. And he kind of like crawls between everyone's legs if they're tall enough. If not, he kind of just shimmies alongside. And then he literally just takes a seat with his back against the door.
Yep. but like a heavy thump, right?
As heavy as he can muster. You hear his two horns kind of clank against the metal. And he lets out a big and then after a few minutes you hear snoring.
Oh, oh boy.
Can Bakar push on that door to see if he can push it
Just
open?
like a fall.
Yeah. Are you like applying force, or are you just going to try and push it again?
Just strength force.
Okay, so if you're proficient in athletics, go ahead and do athletics. If not, just roll straight strength.
Before you do that, it might hurt a little bit, but I can tuck into a shell if you want to try to use me as a battering ram.
How much do you weigh?
That could be fun.
I know you're heavy.
That's
423 pounds.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of weight to just throw at a door in a cramped hallway. I mean, go for it, but
That's super rude.
I can only carry 210.
It's like
Strongly rolling
like he goes limp. He just goes limp and be like, "Hey guys, use me as a battering ram," and it's like, "Holy f!" He's so heavy. He's like, "Throw me, Papa, throw me."
No assistance, just immediately tucks into the shell like, okay, do it.
Yeah, and he rolls back on me like a boulder.
Yeah, Bakar, push me on the swing.
Okay, so straight strength.
Yeah, just straight strength if you're not proficient in athletics.
Yeah, it goes nowhere. That was a 2.
Ooh. Okay, so yeah, you push against it, and it doesn't budge anymore.
I look at Bakar and I go, "See, I told you I pushed it as hard as I could."
Yeah, it looks like that door's not going nowhere.
You hear a soft snoring from your kobold friend. Yeah, me.
Do we just leave him behind because he really didn't do anything for us?
I feel like Meow Meow should probably have to carry him on her back.
Now, Meow Meow is technically the same size. Due to
I know,
our
that's the
new...
funny part.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you can like...
You think so,
It
but
was a horrifying struggle for you to carry this kobold that that we hired.
Where's that we coming from, bud?
You hired him.
I want to do a charging jump kick at the door.
Okay, roll strength. Oh
Break
boy.
your foot.
Oop, hold on. I rolled an 18. Actually, I rolled a 19, but I have a -1. I rolled an 18.
Okay. Not only does the door fly open, but I want you to roll a d6.
A D6.
Oh no.
2.
Okay, you take 2 bludgeoning damage right at the tips of your feet. You're not very accustomed to this sort of action, and it was a metal door. But you got it done. The door flew right open.
I have these cat-like reflexes. Shouldn't that have been a dex save?
Actually, yeah. Go ahead and apply a dex save.
Okay.
I'll say a 12. Let's make it simple.
I got a 15 plus 3. That's 18.
Okay. So you negate your 2 damage. And
I
in the
land
room.
with a cat-like grace.
So now the kobold is prone and awake. You kick the door right open. He throws his arms up, and he falls backward, and he lets out a good old ugh. And as you land, you notice that right in front of you is 2 slithering piles of snakes.
All right.
Before we roll initiative or don't, depending on what you do, in this room there seems to be old brown, almost rusty vines wrapping around the walls, draping down almost like curtains in some places. Visibility here is not very good. That aside, it's also pitch black in this room, being this far away from the light. So, I mean, you can see these snakes, and the kobold can see these snakes, but the turtle behind you cannot see these snakes.
Okay.
Um,
Anybody else have dark vision?
Yes.
Okay.
that said, these snakes have not attacked yet, and they're all kind of like doing that thing where they are arching their backs and like looking at you and hissing and sticking out their forked tongues. But they haven't really made a move on you yet.
Okay. There's some snakes in there.
I mean, I told you.
I'm so glad I never came in this room alone.
Go slow.
He's like crawling backwards towards you until he's almost smushed up against your cat body.
I don't like it. Dagger back up.
He's like darting eyes between you and the snakes. Like,
I know.
Please, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we can fight the snakes, or we can just close the door.
I'm just gonna go ahead and close that door.
Yeah. Let's just close the door.
I already told you that I couldn't open the door, and then you insisted that we open the door.
Oh, you didn't know what was in there.
Hey, Pritchard, how about you go close that door?
Yeah, Pritchard.
He's looking at the door hinge, and he notices that the door is now on the inside of the room. It's in between the snakes and the wall, and he's kind of like,
for F's sake, Pritchard. And I use Mage Hand, and I grab the handle, and I shut it.
For F's sake, Pritchard.
Well, it's the Comic Shop stream. I don't want to swear.
Oh, no, I love it. It's oddly in character.
I know, right?
So the door shuts in front of Pritchard's face, and he slowly gets up and like barely dusts himself off, and he turns to look at you with his arms kind of like folded on his chest, and I have no idea where I am, and I'm hungry and I'm scared and I just want to go home.
All right, go back to your ropes, Pritchard.
And he kind of like nods and like quickly scurries back. All the way back.
Completely a huge diversion. At least I didn't pay him any money.
That you know of.
What's that?
You know of.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I would know if he was trying to run a game on me.
Run a game on you.
Yeah. I have sleight of hand.
As our tiefling
We're not
friend
going in there.
enters this new room, you see up against the wall are 2 very similar pillars to the ones that to the one that you saw in that first room. And between the 2 pillars, though, is a hole in the wall the shape of a gold piece. It's about the size of your hand.
Let's see.
I'm gonna assume I don't see it.
You might be one of the few who do.
Torches, right? We have torches.
Well, no, I have dark vision, but I only have a passive perception at 10.
Hmm.
I
A 13.
okay, so yeah, maybe you don't notice it, but anyone with anything over that can see in the room would notice it.
I have a passive of 13.
Yeah, okay, so you would see it at the very least.
History. Oh, I guess stone cunning doesn't inherently give me anything special. It's just kind of knowledge, historical knowledge of stonework. Do I recognize these pillars as anything special, or is it just sort of a pillar that appears to be supporting what's above us?
Your dwarven heritage points to these being decorative in this spot due to their placement in the room. You can tell that the walls around you are supported by a very thick timber at the corners,
Okay.
like a timber frame with stone in between,
Yep.
almost like this was a dug basement before it was a sewer or something.
Sure. But there's a gold piece, or
It's a hole the size of your hand
okay,
in the shape of a gold piece, which, to remind everyone, looks almost like an hourglass.
sure. Hmm. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not inquisitive enough to just reach my hand in there.
I get mage hand in there.
I mean, doesn't sound like the worst plan.
I'm gonna give that a shot.
Okay, give me 1 second.
You got it. Yeah, my question would be is with mage hand, do I have tactile sense?
That's exactly what I'm looking up.
Yep.
We're on the same page. Okay.
I
So,
think that Lejeun's hand does.
oh yeah, mage hand Lagardaman.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, uh, it doesn't. It can't attack, activate magic items, or carry more than 10 pounds. It doesn't say
would-
you do, so I'm going to assume you don't.
Yeah.
It's weird that it doesn't mention that at all, though.
Yeah.
At least it mentioned that
how
it
would it?
doesn't. You know.
Yeah, because how would it even work?
I
Like,
would say that similar to most other like spectral floaty summoning things, you don't feel the pressure of it touching things.
yeah.
Kind of like Unseen Servant, you don't really feel it.
Well, we can
As-
risk like I could
as-
scoop stuff out. If there's stuff inside, I can make like a cup with the mage hand and try to like draw something out. But that sounds pretty risky.
Assuming that I would then notice the hole when everyone's talking about it, I'll go ahead and
Mhm.
stick my hand in.
Okay, it's very
Sacrifice.
paladin of you. Very paladin of you.
It has been less than an hour since we're up in the bathrooms, right?
Then since you were up in the bathrooms, yeah, it's only been like maybe a half hour.
That's fair.
All right. So yeah, I'll stick my hand in, no problem.
Okay. You stick your arm in, and it goes all the way just past your elbow before you feel like the back wall, and then you notice that there's like just past your elbow in, there's like a lower bottom to this hole, as if it was dug out. And upon reaching down in there and feeling around with, I'm guessing, your gauntleted hand, uh, you feel like a large square shaped bar of metal that you're able to like lift and twist around, but you can't get it to fit out. You're unable to discern what it's made of, especially having armor on your hand. If you do,
I would
uh,
assume I wouldn't be able to use the gloved hand in the hole since it's
okay.
only hand sized.
Well, I mean, it's one size fits all, so it would fit the turtle hand. I would say you could get your tiefling hand in there with a gauntlet on.
All right.
Up to you.
I'll relay what I feel, and does it feel like a lever or like a box that's just stuck in there?
You can hear like a metal ringing against stone when you like lift it and it bangs off whatever, entrapment it's in.
Somebody with long arms needs to reach in there. Long, skinny, nimble hands.
Mm-hmm.
Well, with my hand in there, since like it can grab, like the mage hand can grab things, would it be able to grab over my hand and into the box?
You can tell that from lifting whatever this is, it's over 10 pounds.
I have a hard limit of 10.
So I mean, yeah, it would be able to get down in there and manipulate other things, but you haven't really felt anything else other than that bar.
Feel like we need it. I
Yeah,
can
I,
probably
I
reach my arm in there, but I'm a short, stubby guy.
I'm short and weak.
You have loaves of bologna for arms.
Pretty much.
Baloney arms.
I've probably got pretty small arms, but I also have very small strength.
So, just as a point of reference, it's been lightning and thundering here pretty good. So, in case I lose power,
Fair enough.
We're ending in about, I'd give it like 10, 15 latest.
okay. Wow. Okay.
So I guess I'm gonna try and reach my arm in, maybe if nobody else is wanting to try. See if I can make that work.
As you excuse your friend Bakar and stick your stocky, stumpy arm in, you're able to get just as far as he did and manipulate this bar. But with your bare dwarven hands, you can tell that this is a bar made of gold.
Okay.
And it's thick, it's heavy.
And
Uh,
tick.
fr- yeah. Uh, oh boy. From a rough, like, just guess of the weight, you would say it's somewhere between 25 and 50 pounds.
Hmm. Is it something that like my monkin hand could just dig into and maybe lift out?
Make a sleight of hand check to see if you can manipulate it any further.
Sure. 17.
With a 17, you're able to realize that this bar can slide farther one way than the rest of the ways, and then you can angle it towards the opening that your arm is sticking in and kind of
Mhm.
start to pull it through at an angle. And as you start to pull it through, you feel the bar get warmer and warmer and warmer.
Huh. Weird.
It's starting to become uncomfortable.
Uh, I let it rest back in there and ask these magic folks that I've been wandering around with, why would metal in a hole get hot?
Only if it was trapped, I would assume.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop it in there so that I don't burn the hell out of myself for some unknown reason, blind grabbing this what I know to be gold bar in a hole in the wall.
Oh, so tempting.
It is so tempting.
It sounds like a trap.
so would it be in a position to be pulled out now that he's manipulated it?
Yes, especially with conversing with your monk friend here. You're able to get the gist of what he was trying to do and what was clearly able to do.
So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a shot because in my genius, I have fire resistance, and hopefully that helps.
You do, and I knew the whole time. Okay, so I need you to make an overall dexterity check because this is based on speed and swiftness of the pull to avoid any damage that may or may not occur.
I look over at um shoot, I can't remember names because our sheets don't have them on our board here.
There's Camellia. There's
Camellia? We
yeah.
have prestidigitation, and that has the ability to chill to 1 cubic foot of non-living matter for an hour. Dude, just want to you and me blanket blast this bar?
Sure. Is prestidigitation not once daily, or
It's
is
a
it just at
cantrip.
will?
It's just a cantrip.
Okay.
At
So-
will.
So both you and I could just blast this bar twice with chilling effect and see if we can outrun it.
Okay.
Outrun
I'm
the
game.
heat.
Or just
Outrun the
pour
heat.
some air conditioning into a hole where there's a 20-pound gold bar. I'm into it.
Yeah. Okay. So
At
yeah,
the very least, you guys could be orientating at the gauntlet.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah, the old oven mitt technique.
Yep.
Okay, so tell me the plan, and then we can make some rolls.
All right. So I'm gonna use. We're firing at the gauntlet now, or the bar.
I think the gauntlet would be better because I don't think you guys would have visual to get to the bar.
Okay. Well, I don't think we need line of sight on it. Yeah.
Would you have to know it was there though?
It's a range of 10 feet. And it's 1 cubic foot of non-living material for 1 hour.
One
Well,
cubic
you'd be
foot's
able to
pretty small though.
you'd
What's
be
that?
able to see the gauntlet before the hour's up.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I guess the gauntlet. I blast the
Okay.
gauntlet with chilling
So,
effect.
okay, so there goes the Constitution save. The gauntlet just let you pass. I need you to make let's do a sleight of hand check.
All right, sleight of hand. That's a +0, but it's a 19.
Hey!
Ooh, very good. Okay, so with that, your chilled gauntlet is actually helping quite a bit because you're seeing as you pull your arm out, there's starting to become like a red hot glow coming from the hole. And as you pull out your hand, you notice that most of this bar has melted through your fingertips. And you now have a puddle of gold in your hand, completely molten. Now, what do you do?
It might be your turn.
Going. I guess I'll shoot it with a cold blast from prestidigitation as well.
You see the edges of this metal start to suck in and round out as it cools.
Hmm.
It's starting to become a less, I'll say, volatile lump of gold, but you can still tell that from the heat waves and even a little bit of like steam from the condensation coming off, that this is still hundreds of degrees hot, though it is now solid again.
Well, that's fun.
Might want to take that gauntlet off.
Right.
There's so
It-
much sewer water around here that we could cool it off with.
I will add that this didn't freeze up the gauntlet. It's just in a mound in his hand.
Yeah. Well,
Can I do like an insight check or something on it?
You can do like what are you trying to get at? Let me help steer you.
Just trying to think of reasons why it would be doing this aside from just obviously being trapped or something.
Okay, so you are reason to believe that it's a trap. So how about you do an Arcana check?
I apparently have proficiency with
Uh,
supplies.
13.
What was that?
It was a 13.
13. While it's obvious to you that this is some sort of anti-greed mechanism, this seems to be some sort of transmutation.
Okay.
So a fun effect is that now Bakar has a partially gold gauntlet.
That's slick.
Bedazzled.
I mean,
you're not
like-
wrong.
it definitely burned your fingertips, but that also means that there's molten gold now embedded in your gauntlet.
What is it that they say? Keep your pimp pants strong.
Yeah.
All right. So, with some of it has been melted, do I notice a weight difference?
Yeah, you didn't get the full 25 to 50 pounds. You probably have about 5 pounds of it in your hand, which is still a lot when it comes to gold. It's not in coin form, obviously, but raw materials are raw materials. So it seems perfectly able to be pried off your gauntlet with just your other gauntlet, and pocketed as long as somebody's cooling it the whole time.
I would say maybe the mage hand holds on to it at this point.
Yeah.
I'm into that.
Okay.
That's
So
fun.
we're doing mage hand and prestidigitation this whole time?
Well, the
Well,
mage hand, it won't matter now. Like, it could stay as hot as the sun, and it won't affect the mage hand.
Right, right. And the prestidigitation lasts an hour at a time.
Yep.
So
Uh,
let's wander down this hallway before our session ends and soak it in some sewer water.
And worst case scenario, if it never cools, then we just jam it in some stupid thing's face.
Also, it means that we just have a hot rock that we can throw
Yeah.
at stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. You're picking up what I'm putting down.
Yeah.
So I
So-
assume we're
Have
going
we-
south.
yes,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
As soon as
I
you-
can't be close.
as soon as you enter that hall, right about here, you see this large gastropod bathing under this acidic flow coming from a pipe about 10 feet above your heads. It seems to be enjoying whatever is coming out of this pipe, even though it's glowing bright yellow, almost radioactive. It's flailing its tendrils up in the air and kind of playing in this slimy green material. It seems to not have noticed you, but its shell seems a little bit bloodstained. And that's where we're going to end our session.
Okay.
Yay. Good job. We got a
Thanks.
weird snail thing coming up next.
God.
Next time.
Next time,
Just
there's a
eats
flesh.
This is when Bakar gets a touch attack of just hot gold.
Well, now I got basically just this mage hand of gold, hot gold.
You're just going to whip metal at it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just drop it right on it.
You're all bastards. All right. Well, I guess I'll give our going away message. Any of those of you who are watching, thank you for tuning in. We're going to tune out now. We'll be back next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Schedules permitting. You can see our upcoming shows and things like that on our Facebook page. We'll once again have this glorious party with us. To the party, I'd like to thank you all for joining me. I've had a great time. This has been fun. And I cannot wait for you to see the rest of this sewer next time.
Also, too, DM, we do have a code to give away in the chat.
Ooh, let's do that. I'm not looking at Twitch right now, to be honest, but that sounds like a great idea.
I think our yay!
Hey,
Congratulations!
Congrats! And shout out to you for watching. That's awesome. James Norris, sorry, not Jake. Way better than Jake. James.
Yeah, Jay's just a
James.
trash name.
James. Well, hold on. I understand that there's controversy because it's a technical plural, and like, why would you name somebody two different things? It should be James. But I like the name personally, so I'm glad you watched, and I'm glad you won the code, and I'm hoping you'll tune in next week, and maybe you'll snipe the other one too, and have to fight the other guys who are trying to get it. I think we settled on cage match, right?
Yeah,
That was
cage
dad
match.
cage match.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Cage
dad
match is
match.
the win
Dad
play. Yeah.
fight.
Yep. Your dad has to fight the next guy's dad.
Yeah.
Oh no.
We also will accept. You can use a champion dad. You just nominate another dad to fight for you. So
And it doesn't
Yeah.
matter if he agrees. You can just force him to fight.
yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
the old Hexblade dadlock. Yes.
I don't make the rules.
Perfect. All right. Well, once again, thank you. We'll be here next week, and it'll probably be better because it's going to keep getting better.
Oh yeah.
Have a good night.